Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the University of Maryland Terps Esports Broadcast Center. It is great to be back in Studio C with all of you tonight. My name is Nolan.
And I'm Nathan, and it's time for some Terps Rocket League Premier action.
Yeah, that's right, Nathan, and what a night of action it is. We are here for not one, not two, but 3 different series tonight.
Yeah, I know we're all excited for 3 big-time matchups tonight, but before we get into the action, let's go over the rules of your typical Rocket League match. If you've never played the game before, Rocket League is a fast-paced, high-octane version of soccer where cars flip, dive, and perform tricks in midair in order to evade the opposing team and put the ball in goal.
Yeah, and first off on today's stream, in a best-of-5 series, the Rocket League Premier Team is going to take on the Ferris State Bulldogs RL Crimson Team. That's going to be in the Play Versus League. And then the Terps have 2 games in CCS against the University of Southern California and Nebraska.
Last week, the local guys swept Louisiana and Arizona in CCS competition, so Series 2 and 3 will be seeing them try to keep that streak going.
Absolutely. The Terps are coming in with a lot of momentum, and now we'll keep moving because it's time for us to introduce you to tonight's 2026 Terps Rocket League Premier roster.
First up, we have the veteran Turtle. Outside of Rocket League, his favorite games are Borderlands, with the particular favorite being Borderlands 2.
Yeah, and next we have the rookie, Cozy P. He is great at playing this car soccer, but you may not know that he's almost as good at real soccer.
And last but not least, we have Hexy. When he goes to Subway with the world at his fingertips, he is satisfied with just a turkey and pepperoni sandwich.
Just like it's just turkey and pepperoni.
Literally
guys.
Nothing else. Salt and pepper, I guess, but
like
you know.
like bread, turkey, and pepperoni. But anyways, here to answer a few questions, we will have Cozy P. Hey, Cozy, thanks for joining us. How are you doing tonight?
Good, how are you?
Oh, I'm great. It's a good night of Rocket League. You looking forward to this one? It's a marathon.
It's gonna be a long one, but yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, little birdie told me that this past winter you got up to a lot of training. Could you tell me what you were working on over this winter?
You mean like in Rocket League?
Yeah.
I mean, I was playing a lot of 6-mans, which is like it's like more competitive 3v3 type gameplay that will help me like with my comms and playing 3s rather than just playing rank 2s. So that should hopefully make me play a little better than I did in the last semester.
Yeah, we certainly saw a better game out of you this past week. But if you got stuck with one game mode for the rest of your life, what would you want to play?
I mean, just in general, 3s, but ranked 3s like in the game is not ideal, so probably 2s in game, but just if you're giving me a game mode to play ever in Rocket League, probably 3s.
All right, well, we appreciate the honesty. It's a great answer, and that will be it for our Rocket League pre-show. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hi, my name is Teddy Zielkowski. I am a 2022 graduate at the University of Maryland with a degree of Bachelor's of Landscape Architecture, and right now I am a Terps Rocket League coach. Yeah, I think one of the biggest factors of why they invited me to be the coach for the Rocket League team was that I played a lot, and I was actually like the Rocket League president of the club. I played for the collegiate team before Terps Esports was a program. So I was a huge person in this community for Rocket League. So they really wanted someone who was kind of like a cornerstone that built this community to come back and be the coach. The most important thing about my role would be just getting to know all the different players on the team. Everyone has different lifestyles, they have different play styles, so you really got to just get to know every single person so that you can help kind of connect them all together so they can play well on and off the pitch. My favorite part would just be seeing their improvements throughout the entire season. I mean, you start out and everyone's a bit awkward, everyone's kind of shy as well, and I think by the end of the season, like now, we play together, everyone kind of jokes around a little bit more, and kind of shines their natural ray. So it's really fun just seeing, and they're also just getting better at the game too. So we're excited just to see them play better as well. I like the program. I like the direction it's going. There's obviously so much more work to do and figuring everything out. But I really like the direction we're going, and I think just the more time that we're working to grow the program, the more we're going to learn how to just be better at the program. I think one of the things that I really want to keep improving upon for like Terps Esports is just building a bigger community for all the games. So the Rocket League community has a really big community over in the club side. So it was really nice to see more people just like bonding together. People are just, instead of just seeing as like practices as being like a forced mandatory thing, people are like reaching out to each other and like they really want to play proactively with each other, and they're becoming friends as well. So it's not even like a team and we're just teammates and that's it, but it's more like we're staying up till like 2, 3 a.m. playing because we're having fun playing, and that's also helping them get better as well. So it like increases their like chemistry together and like just playing together as well, and they can handle losses better when they're a team and they're friends. So that's like a really good part about just building this community. I think one of the biggest things is just creating like a welcoming space for like beginners, and just like having it just be really welcoming, all skill levels included. That's something that we can try and do, and just create more diversity in the esports scene, just have more opportunities for other people to come, and maybe they're prodigies at a certain game or something. So when more people are playing the game and just creating more noise, then it's awesome for more people to just keep coming. It's almost like a trend.
And welcome back, everybody. We are in the booth ready for some action once again. That is 3 matchups that we are going to have playing. We're really looking forward to this. It's going to be a very good game from the Terps, you got to say.
I believe so. We're carrying a lot of momentum in from last week, so just hoping, keep it going, keep it rolling. That's all we can ask for, right?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, what's interesting when you look at it, this Ferris State team that they're up against first, they were in the Play Versus tournament last year, and they ended up getting swept by Akron. Akron is the team that then beat the Terps, ended up winning. Now they're top ranked, but that means we don't know much about them. We're going to get to see a lot in this first game, you would think.
Definitely. Things change season to season, too, so we'll get to see that today.
They certainly do, and things change moment to moment in Rocket League as Cozy got demoed there, but Turtle's going to be able to challenge in midfield, and now Cozy might have a chance, but instead the Terps are going to have to defend.
Definitely. They're already applying some pressure. Ferris State, it's already in our end, but what are you looking to see out of Terps today?
You know, I think the biggest thing for Maryland is just finding some consistency in the way that they're playing offensively, because we saw last week it was a very feast and famine sort of game. They would have series where they would play really well, and there would be a game where they just couldn't put it together.
Definitely.
You got to think, if these Terps get consistent, they are one of, if not the best team, but nothing really Cozy can do there with no boost. Hexy's going to try and make something of this. He gets over one, tries for the shot, but saved by Compulse.
They're not done yet, though. They're still applying the pressure. That will be a goal from Turtle starting off not even a minute in.
Yeah, it's perfectly played from Maryland. Keep the pressure up on the net. No boost for anyone to get up there for Turtle, and it's too easy for him to just nestle that one in under the crossbar.
Definitely. That first shot brought 2 defenders into the goal. It's like, what do you do at that point? The last person has to get back, but probably wasn't there in time.
Yeah, out of time there, and Maryland's going to try and make it worse. Hexy's coming off the wall, gets a flip, gets one, but
flip reset, and that's already
into the goal. Wow,
Absolutely.
What a great play from Hexy there.
Yep. As we get to watch this again, just pure mechanics. They're not close to it. That is a clean goal with the SpongeBob goal finisher.
Yeah, I mean, that SpongeBob is just so perfectly Hexy. That's exactly what you would expect to see from a guy who orders, say it again?
Turkey and pepperoni and salt and pepper.
Turkey and pepperoni. But
Bang.
There's a little bit of a mustard on that one from Cozy P, and it's 3-0 Terps.
That's what we were looking for. Start early, start strong, and that's what they're doing already. 3-0. I said not even a minute in for the first goal, but it's not even a minute 20 in for the first 3.
Yeah, it's crazy to see the Terps get off to such a hot start. Feels like a good sign for the rest of the series, but we're going to have to see just how things go from here.
Definitely.
Turtle off the wall. He gets a flip and misses on the reset, but Hexy's going to be able to make a little something of it. Just keep a little bit of a delay for them to get back.
Definitely.
Good pressure from Turtle in the midfield, though, and he's able to turn it upfield. He gets the ball over the defender, but there's one retreating, and Tony gets a demo on Cozy P. The Terps net might be open.
Not enough on it. There's a defender back, but there will be a Ferris State player, Just Sky, there in time for the goal to bring it to 3-1.
Yeah, that demo completely changed the game for Maryland. Have no one back. You're just rushing, trying to get to it. Hexy's so close, but out of boost, out of time, just can't prevent the goal.
Definitely. That might have been the first time the ball was in the Maryland half, as we see the next kickoff being won by Cozy P once again. And Maryland is definitely looking to keep the pressure on, but not get too complacent, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. They'll try and do something nice with this, though. Great play through the middle of the field, and Hexy goes, but gets bumped off the ball. It's a bad clear, though, and it's uncomfortable around Ferris State's net.
Definitely. That's a centering pass, but no one's there to hit it home. Ball is in Terps' end, and that will be a save, but it's still a little bit dangerous. Cozy P getting in there just to clear it out.
Yeah, Terps under a little bit of pressure now, but Hexy's able to pop it clear. And then over the defender, Turtle's going to try off the ceiling, but just wide. Cozy tries, can't get it in. Just a miss from the Terps. Close, had a good opportunity.
Definitely trying to get down there, but sometimes you're just in that awkward spot. It's a little bit almost impossible to get there in time.
Yeah, those angles can be tough, but halfway through this one, and the Terps are up 2 goals. A lot of things to like so far. One poor stretch, let up 1 goal, but by and large, Maryland is in control of this game.
Definitely, definitely. If there was time of possession stats, it would be heavily favored in one side, as we see the ball tried to be put on goal, but just not enough on it.
Yeah, Cozy goes for a little something, but whatever it was gets intercepted, and now Hexy's going to have the chance to clear. But good play from Ferris State to pop the ball back to the offensive player, and now it's centered, but nobody gets home. Maryland is able to clear.
A little bit of backboard defense coming out there from Hexy. He was prepared for anything, but prepared for nothing he was as well, as there wasn't really too much of a shot attempt put on.
Yeah, a little bit of an interesting attempt there from Compulse. He tried to pop it up onto his teammate, but in doing so, sent the ball away from the net. So Maryland's starting to apply the pressure now. Hexy's going up for that one. Misses, though. Turtle gets a little bit of a 50 on it to keep it central, but now here comes Ferris State, and that is a goal.
Definitely, definitely. Good pressure applied by Ferris State here. Maryland a little bit on the back the back heel now, but I mean they still have the lead, and a goal right now for Ferris State would still just bring it to overtime, so they're not stressing too much about that at all.
Yeah, gotta say for Maryland, they tried to get a little bit cute over the last minute. It hasn't always worked out for them. There from Cozy P, it nearly does, but Ferris State's just going to be able to keep it out of the net. Cozy P picks up in midfield, though, and he gets a great touch and a demo in the back from Turtle. The Terps are set here, but they cannot get the ball away from Just Sky.
That's the worst when you get a clutch demo, but there's just no one up to capitalize on it. But as we see the ball almost going in for Turtle, great shot attempt, but just better defense, honestly, from Ferris State on that shot.
Yeah, Turtle's really able to put a lot of pressure on teams. You see it again there. He pops it over one, and that forces a tough clear from Ferris State. Centers it again, and almost Hexy.
Close
I
stuff.
think that might have gotten blocked.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely have great communication, as you expect from our local Terps, but I mean, it's just every time you see a good center ball, and there's honestly been pretty good defense for it. As we see a shot coming out from Hexy and the follow-up from Cozy P, that will be a stellar goal to increase the goal margin to 2 with only 16 seconds left.
Yeah, that'll just about do it, and it was not an intentional centered pass from Hexy, but it worked out perfectly in the end, just right off the crossbar, back in front of the net. It's easy once you get that.
Definitely.
And now Maryland's going to be able to theoretically put this one out.
Good stuff.
Cozy looks like he drops the kickoff back to Hexy intentionally. And now Hexy's going to get to go all the way up the field with it. There is just not enough time on the clock, especially with the Terps interfering down by the net. Compulse is going to try something, but that is
Not enough.
End that Maryland will love. They held on there. They got a little extra goal when it felt a little uncomfortable, and as a
Definitely.
result, they take that first game.
Definitely. Terps got off to a pretty hot start there. Pulled off with the gas pedal a little bit, but I definitely think that they'd be satisfied with that performance.
Oh, for sure. I mean, there is no better way to start out than with a win, and certainly you saw through that first minute and change of that game that Maryland can take control.
Definitely. That's what we saw last week, too. Some decisive wins, some decisive victories last year. But, I mean, another pretty good one to start off this series this week.
Yeah. And it looks like we are about to get into the second game that's already started, actually. Cozy P is going to try for a musty, and he gets a little bit of a touch on it to send it forward. Turtle's going to be able to pop it down, and Hexy in. That is a clean goal. Fist bumps all around from the Terps. Well done.
Good goal. Again, striking quick, not 14 seconds into the game like it's nothing against Ferris State.
Yeah, I mean, that was everything that Maryland needed. Just a hot start again to keep things going strong.
Absolutely.
Just Guy's going to get a shot, but Cozy P's there to make the save. Hexy waiting for the follow-up, and he's going to be able to clear this one out towards the corner.
And you like to see those early goals, especially coming off of a decisive victory, because it makes the other team feel a little bit smothered, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Rocket League is fully a game of momentum, and the Terps have all of it right now, as Compulse has to make another save. Tony tries, but Turtle's too fast, and the ball stays in the Ferris State end for longer than they would have liked.
Definitely.
And now it's going right back with Hexy. He gets a flip reset over one, but doesn't have the boost to finish off the move. That's going to be Cozy now, trying to see what he can do. He gets the reset and pops it past one, but again, one left. But now Turtle's shot is going to get saved. Ferris State's just about hanging on there.
Absolutely. Good mechanics we're seeing from all these players, but good mechanics, better defense, better everything. Just sometimes the other team just has an answer.
Yeah, certainly. Maryland's going to have to try and get them out of rotation if they can. Always a potential for a bump or a demo to do some damage. But for now, it's going to be Turtle off the backboard to clear that one all the way out.
Definitely. And as we see, Ferris State just trying to build something. For Ferris State, all they want is one. All they need is one to get back in the game, but Maryland is very content to be holding this lead and still applying pressure.
Yep, and that's Cozy with that pressure, trying to get one down off the crossbar, but the shot just doesn't come off.
Great attempt, though. As we see, the pressure is still being applied by Hexy in the blue half. They might clear it out here, and they might start a little attack here, but maybe not. We're seeing Turtle. We're seeing some counter pressure from Terps.
Yeah, Tony's going to center that one, but just can't get the shot off the way they want it, and Maryland will try to clear it. Just Guy's putting up some pressure, but that is Hexy that's able to toss it away. Cozy, sorry. And now just back again towards the net. Hexy is able to get the touch that Maryland needs to control it, but the Terps, that spell of dominance is over. Turtle's going to try, but again, they just can't get Ferris State worked out of position.
Definitely. Ferris State has had some time to adjust, but so has Maryland. I think there will be some more adjustments that we'll be seeing from both teams here very soon.
Oh, absolutely. That was an uncomfortable situation for Turtle, but doesn't come back to bite him. That one will, though. That is a goal to tie it up. 2:12 remaining, 1-1.
Definitely. Caught in an awkward spot. I think Turtle and Hexy there maybe. Just in awkward spots. And in Rocket League, if you're in an awkward spot, it is hard to recover from it.
Yeah, looked like he was trying to go for a bit of a flip reset there, but then he didn't get the back end of the car to drop on the ball.
Definitely.
And now Maryland's able to get a nice clear on that, but Compulse is going to try. And again, Maryland just isn't able to convert. They're going to need a moment here.
Definitely. And so as we're seeing, there were a little bit of a scramble from both teams. I mean, it's honestly looking a little bit more even than it did at the beginning, and that's what you expect. As a good shot comes out there from Turtle, just close but no cigar, as we see a counterattack coming from Ferris State as well.
Yeah, they're trying to do something here, but Maryland in the midfield, it is hard to make your way past the Terps when they're in that shell, and Maryland looked like they tried for a pinch in the air there. Cozy's laughing. It was a great attempt, but did not come off. Not what they want to see. But A minute 20 left in this game. We're all tied, somewhere that Maryland does not want to be, but somewhere that they could very easily find themselves getting out of.
Definitely, and those pinches are dangerous, especially if they connect right, they get the velocity on it. Those are unsavable.
Yeah, absolutely. Maryland needs something unsavable right now. They haven't been able to get the ball in the net in just under 4 minutes, and now that there's one left, we're getting down into crunch time for game 2.
Good attempt at the redirect for the pass back, but just not enough to get to Turtle.
Yeah, Hexy tries for a psycho, but it's just high. Very nearly did something there, but... And then there again, Turtle tries for a shot, but Sky's there for the save.
Definitely, definitely. We're seeing it ramp up a little bit in this last minute as we see a shot on the Terps goal as well, but just not on target.
Yep, Ferris State's trying to do what they can to apply some pressure with 30 seconds left. They are all out trying to get this, but Turtle's able to jump off the side post and make the save.
Definitely, definitely. Defense gets tight and tough in this last minute. You feel it already.
Yep,
just
but
watching.
now a chance to break for Maryland. Cozy P doesn't get the ball on target. 10 seconds left, and Hexy will have one last chance running down to the Ferris State corner. He tries to put the ball in, doesn't get there, and Sky's going to put that one in the corner. Will it be overtime? It will.
Definitely, definitely. And so definitely you feel the pressure, the tension of overtime as it is golden goal. First goal, the next team to score a goal will win the game.
Yeah, it's an intense part of Rocket League. Certainly not everybody's going to want to play another 5 minutes after you get to overtime. That one goal is often the important one, and honestly, in my opinion, it's the better way for them to play.
Definitely, definitely. As we're seeing just a little bit of back and forth from Ferris State and Terps right now. Nobody able to really find a good spot as we see Hexy trying to take it into the corner, but just gets dispossessed.
Yep, Maryland's going to do what they can, but now it's Compulse working the other way, seeing what you can do for Ferris State. Just doesn't get the bump on Cozy, though, and so Maryland will get the clear. Their turn to try, but Cozy is out of boost. Not much to do there. He got a little bit of a bump on Tony, and that's going to give Hexy a shot, but a great save from Sky.
Great save, great shot. Again, better save. That was a stellar performance from both teams.
Yep, now Hexy's up again, but it gets blocked. Maryland has really met its match in this game. It's been much better from Ferris State.
Definitely, definitely. Again, it's these adjustments. You definitely know they're talking in between during the games all the time. They're talking, how are we gonna figure it out?
Yep, that communication is important, but sometimes you need somebody to run solo, do something so incredible that there's nothing else to be done by the opponents. But now the ball is coming back Maryland's way. Compulse puts it back, and there's one up for the shot, and that is a goal for Tony. Ferris State has won. The series is tied.
Series tied 1-1. Honestly, it did look like they figured him out a little bit. What do you think the Terps are going to have to do better next game?
Honestly, I think it's just a matter of playing a more balanced game. You see Ferris State, they're going very aggressively in with the counterattacks, and that's something that Maryland has not been able to really counter because they're throwing so much energy, so much momentum into trying to get that goal. They're going to have to score, but they're going to need to figure out how to do it in a way where they're not so open at the back as well.
That's the problem with devoting so many resources to an attack is it's simple war stuff here. Put too much into an attack, what do you have left to defend, right?
Yeah, it's certainly tough, but this one's a lot easier than war because there's 3 of them and it's a ball. So thankfully for Maryland, they will have the ability to get back and get forward plenty. We'll see that in Game 3 as Turtle looks like he loses the kickoff, but Hexy's there. He'll be trying to put something in the midfield. He puts the ball forward for Turtle, but an interception from Ferris State. These Bulldogs are playing very well, not going to give up without a fight at all.
Definitely, definitely. And Cozy P actually went for something a little bit fancy on the kickoff, but obviously on the kickoff you ran out of boost quick.
Yep, and Hexy going for something fancy there, and he gets the double tap off the top into the net. 1-0 Terps early once again.
Great shot, great mechanics, great flip reset, great double tap. As you said, again, with the SpongeBob finisher. We love to see that.
Yeah, certainly. Living life under the sea, it's a place that you want to be.
Absolutely. As we see a demo already happening. Cozy P is really going for these demos on the kickoff. He looks like he's a little bloodlusted on the kickoffs.
Yeah.
Maybe it's part of the adjustment.
I mean, Cozy brings a much more physical aspect to this team that Turtle and Hexy don't really. He is not afraid to do something like that. You can put those shots on target too. Just Sky's there to make the save, but A little bit uncomfortable right now for Ferris State. Turtle with a good touch to try and prolong the possession. And Cozy going to try as well. And that is another goal from Hexy, who just beats out the defender to the ball. 2-0 Terps.
Applying some great pressure. Again, this looks almost like that first game. So much pressure, so much time in Ferris State's half.
Yeah, I mean, 2-0, less than a minute in. That is exactly what Maryland is going to want to see on the scoreboard. They could only score one last game. Now you've already got two. It's perfect.
Absolutely, absolutely. As we see play get resumed, Hexy is already, again, in the Ferris State half. Cozy P following up. And
wow.
he's staying in the air. That's a little air dribble to pass to Turtle. Tries to tap it back for a pass, but just not enough.
This is crazy for Maryland. They are trying everything here to get the ball into the Ferris State net. They are not afraid in the slightest, but as a result, there's a little bit of nerves in the back. Tony puts the ball just high. Compulse tries to find a teammate, but instead Maryland gets to pinch it clear.
Absolutely, absolutely. As we see ball possession just kind of gets to Ferris State. They get gifted a little bit as we see a demo coming out from Turtle. Turtle this time, not Cozy P.
Yeah, and Hexy gets a lot on that ball, actually. I don't think that's what he meant to do, getting such a heavy touch going back towards Maryland's net, but they're going to try and make it work, and now it's Turtle coming in, puts the ball just high. That is able to be cleared by just Sky. Again, he has been everywhere for Ferris State.
Good backboard defense. You've been seeing it all game, right? Backboard defense saves. He's been everywhere that they need him to be.
Yeah. Now they'll need him to get on the attack, of course, as just halfway through this game, Ferris State again searching for a goal. You see it a little bit from both of these teams. There's just streaks of highs and lows. Cozy P trying to prolong the Terps high, but not something he's able to do there. He'll try again, though, but just Sky once again with the pressure on the ball.
Always there, always there. And as this time dwindles, you might see Ferris State look a little bit more voracious looking as we see Cozy P get another goal. They might get a little desperate soon, Ferris State.
Yeah, I mean, to win a game, you have to go and score at this point. Down 3-0 is never good, but great from Cozy P to just put the soft, patient touch on the ball. Give himself some time to reset, pass it into an empty net.
Definitely, definitely. As we see this next kickoff happening, Cozy P gets there a little bit late, but that's not going to matter as Turtle's in the air with it, gets around Compulse. What does he have next?
He has a goal. Wow, what a shot from Turtle there. He just kisses it off the inside of that top corner, and it's there for his car. It's waiting right for it. It looked like he knew right where that was headed.
Yeah, these guys have so much time in this game. They know exactly where each dit and dot of the ball are going to go as we see this next kickoff happening right to Hexy. And Cozy P getting demoed might be a little bit of a problem, but good clearance out from Hexy.
Yeah, the Terps are certainly playing much better in this game than they were in the last. As Turtle's trying to extend it, he puts the ball down to Hexy, and that one just off the woodwork. Post and crossbar and out. That is tough for Maryland to see.
Great attempt, but that's what we like to see, that pressure. They are not relenting. They keep going until the final whistle.
Yeah, I mean, that is something that Maryland has always been able to do, and it's good for them to see it because they get chances like that from Cozy where there's nothing happening in that play, and all of a sudden Maryland's got the ball in the net, and you got to save it or it's a goal.
They're great at making something out of nothing, and that's what we see here off the wall. Just a little tap almost turned into a goal-scoring opportunity, but now it is in Maryland's half as we see a good clearance from Turtle and two demos from Cozy P. They will definitely try to look to capitalize on it, but a great save from Just Sky.
Yeah, just took too long to get the ball upfield, but that is a lethal game. Now Turtle down to Hexy, but Tony's there to make the save.
That was great passing there, 1-to-1-to-1. Never playing too passive. They're always on this front foot in this game.
Yeah, Hexy's there to make the save, but Maryland's got the ball back in their side, and Sky puts one in. 3-goal game, still only 40 seconds left on the clock. There is time. There's not a lot of time.
Definitely. And that's the thing. Ferris State are going to be looking very desperate in these last 45 seconds. You're going to see the front foot on the gas you can guarantee for the rest of the game.
Yep, Hexy's going to put that one up over Tony, though, and Cozy's coming in on the ball almost, but Sky once again there with the save. That's got to be his 50th save of this game. He is just doing everything defensively that Ferris State needs, but Cozy P gets the ball, and what's he going to do with it? Gets the reset, gets a touch, not enough to get it towards the net.
Great try. And Just Sky was the one who scored the goal as well, so he's been literally everywhere that you could possibly imagine for Ferris State.
Yep, but now 13 seconds left. Ferris State gets a shot, but Cozy in with a huge save as the time ticks down on this one. Maryland is going to go up 2 games to 1.
Great game right there. That's exactly what we wanted to see after game 2. Looked a little bit rough, looked a little too even for the Terps' liking, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was talking about before the game. You know, you see those periods of on and off, and Maryland, if they're able to get that offense flowing the way it was in that game, they are going to have a great shot in any matchup against any opponent. But if they can't, then somebody like Ferris State's going to be able to come along and do something to them.
Definitely. And we see a lot of good teamwork coming out of Maryland here. There was an opportunity there. No goal came out of it, but I think it was 3 or 4 passes in a row, almost led to a goal. That's what we do here at Maryland. No selfish, all teamwork.
Yeah, no, that chemistry between these 3 players has really blossomed. We've seen it grow over the course of the last year. With Cozy getting worked in, he is a fully fluid part of this team right now, and it's great to see for Maryland.
As we see game 4 getting started, will Maryland get off to that quick start that they've been getting off to in these last 3 games?
Well, it's certainly not there yet, but they're going to try now with Hexy, who gets the boost pad. Can't make anything happen, but Turtle's there to follow it up, puts it in an uncomfortable spot, but Compulse able to get it clear.
Definitely. Cozy P looked like he wanted to force a 50 there because he knew one of his teammates was there on the follow-up.
Yeah, Maryland does a very good job of forcing those confrontations. Those 50-50 balls in this game are huge. I used to call myself the 50-50 master because while I couldn't do anything like that, I could always win a 50.
That's beautiful stuff. Some people just got it like that, I think.
Yeah, some people certainly do not. But Maryland's looking to do something here with Hexy clearing it out. Not going to get the touch that he wants, though. Cozy's able to put it up to Turtle, and he puts the ball towards the net, but never had enough on that to really challenge Tony in the back.
Absolutely. Tony's always there for that. As we see the ball getting into the Terps half, but they're going to be able to clear it out, at least for the time being.
Yeah, it's great aggression from Cozy to stuff that one in the middle of the field, and now Ferris State has been pulled back a little bit, and now Hex is going to pop it up, and just like that, Maryland's on the attack. Cozy P gets 1 touch, tries to bring it into the corner, but too much pressure, not able to do anything there, and as a result, Sky gets a flick. Hexy just gets there, almost popped it over him.
Great save right there. It won't show up on the score sheet, but that definitely was on target if it got a little bit more on it.
Yeah.
As we see some great passing and a great shot come out from Turtle, they're looking to stay on the front foot here.
Yeah, Maryland's really given everything to this. There is no time for patience, no time for waiting. It is all go in Rocket League, and the Terps are going to be leveled 2 minutes into this game, which, once again, you know, a heavy scoring game, a lighter scoring game. We'll have to see what Maryland can do here, though, as the ball is coming in towards Cozy on the far side. They'll pop one up for Exy to get to. He beats the defender, but another one waiting on the wall to clear it away.
And one of the underrated parts you see out of this pressure that Maryland is applying is they are starving Ferris State a little bit of boost in their back corners.
Yeah, certainly Ferris State's having to work for every single small boost pad, but then they get clears like that, and just like that, that is a goal for Ferris State halfway through this one. Bulldogs are up.
That's a great shot from almost full field. Turtle with not, as we were saying, just not enough boost in the back and couldn't get to that one.
Yeah, tough spot for Maryland to be in, but they've certainly worked their way out of harder situations than this. Cozy's going to go from the back of the field. He gets it under Sky, which is big. He gets the 50-50, but nobody there to pick up the crumbs and make something of it.
Looked like a little bit of a fake there to get the ball in so deep.
Yeah, now Maryland's going to try for the clear, but there is a lot of pressure from Ferris State right now. They're playing very heavy on-ball defense. Cozy's going to pop it towards the center, and Turtle gets it in the corner. That's going to just give Maryland time to get some boost and alleviate the pressure. But once again, it's coming back their way. Cozy pops it over Tony, and he gets another touch on it, but nothing that Sky has to worry about except he misses, and now Hexy's in with a chance, and it's off the outside of the crossbar.
But again, this is what we want to see, right? I think Maryland has been really good at getting the ball. I've seen the ball go over a Ferris State defender at least 6 times in this set.
6 or 7? Can you count?
I cannot. As we see the ball getting into Maryland's half. Hexy going to be on the backboard just to clear it out. Maybe get a little bit of an attack going as we see Turtle in that back corner. Sky's going to be able to get control of it and clear it out, though.
Yeah.
Maybe not a full clear.
No, certainly Maryland got a shot off, but not too concerning for Ferris State. Hexy's in with some good defense to prevent Ferris State's team play there, but Sky gets a great 50, and just like that, it is 2-0 Ferris State.
Absolutely, and with a minute left, that's a little bit scary for this Game 4. Maybe going to a Game 5. We know the Terps don't want to see that, but they're going to have to shape up real quick in this game unless they want to find themselves in a Game 5.
Yeah, certainly Maryland is going to need to find something fast. Now, Hexy is going to be the first to try and do something about it. Tries to drop it down off the corner. Cozy P just misses. Turtles 50. It gets dropped to Hexy, who's going to try and work it up the corner. Turtle's going to come in with a shot, but nothing too tough for Tony to save. Now, once again, Maryland's going to have to try and defend here if they can. Hexy misses the ball, and a touch just high. Ferris State not able to put this game away just yet, but with 35 seconds left, Maryland's going to need sooner rather than later.
Absolutely, and that demo might delay them just that little bit extra that Ferris State need. There's a lot of pressure here, though. That will be a goal from Cozy P to Turtle to make the lead. Only one goal with 25 seconds left. That's plenty of time.
That is plenty of time. Great aggression. Cozy P just gets a tiny touch there and a backflip from Compound. Not what you want to see. Compulse, rather. That is just brutal when those happen, but Maryland's not going to care. They are back in this one with 20 seconds left. Hexy's going to try and bring it towards the net. He gets it over one, pops it up, but no Terp there to put it home. Cozy P's going to have to deal with this on the midline. He does. It's back in Ferris State territory, but a big booming clear puts it back on the Maryland State net, and Sky puts it in to put Ferris State back up 2.
An underrated part of this play is Hexy was out of boost for so long, but he didn't want to be out of position and go back for the boost in their own corner, so he stayed on the side boost and maybe just a little bit out of position just because of that.
Yeah, just that little bit of over-aggression when you're chasing the goal can do that. Now, ball comes off the crossbar and Sky pops it up. Turtle is going to try, but no, this is all Ferris State. And just like that, we're going to have a 2-2 game. This is very, very interesting to see from Maryland. Not what you would have expected.
Playing right now just for the formality, just for the score a little bit, but it's good practice, keeping the ball up a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, it gives the Terps some time to think. They don't seem too bothered from what I can tell by this. I think they're going to still feel very confident in themselves in this Game 5. But once again, Maryland goalless after scoring several. You got to think that the Terps have figured something out to be able to get that many goals in those 2 games that they did. They're going to have to just try and draw that back out again here in Game 5.
Like you said, it's a big momentum thing. It's going 1-1-1-1. We're seeing Game 5. If we are following that pattern, this will be a game that will go to Maryland, but that's not something to bet on. You definitely still need to lock in and make your adjustments and get this win.
Yeah, we'll have to see the Terps locked in now, as this is the all-important decider. Now, Sky gets a bit of a demo in, and Hexy gets a shot off, but Compulse there to make the save. Maryland trying to stay aggressive once again. Hexy pops it back towards the center. Who's there for it? Cozy tries, but Tony saves.
Absolutely. And we're seeing, I like the pressure we're seeing. A little bit of a clearance there from Ferris State, but, I mean, I feel like that's going to be the decider who gets on the front foot more in this game, and that's going to be Turtle scoring the first goal for Terps again in the first minute.
Yep, that is that pattern there once again. They're going to get a goal. That's just aggression from Maryland. The ball bounces right, and they're there to make them pay.
I think that's one of the big things that we see out of Maryland is when they know they're on the front foot and they have that confidence, that's when I think we see them at their best.
Yeah, they certainly look more concentrated right now, though. They're not going to want to give this one up.
Great shadow defense there from Hexy, too. Just staying with the play, staying with the ball. Tries to flick it over just Sky, but doesn't get enough. But it will be enough for Cozy to get a shot on goal.
Yep, they're trying, Maryland, but Ferris State once again just putting in enough defending. That's a tough one for Cozy P. You know, he really wanted that.
Definitely.
He really wanted that boost, too, but Hexy took it away to get the ball clear. Turtle's going to try and get on the end of it, and it's a hard shot, but Sky there once again, as he always is, to make that save for Ferris State.
Great shot, great save again. We're seeing a lot of talented defense and offense coming out from both of these teams today.
Yeah, this has been a very, very well-matched game. Cozy P just avoids the pressure, and Compulse not able to make him pay.
Absolutely. Terps are feeling a little bit of pressure here with the ball in their own half. Nothing they can't deal with, I would hope, as Cozy P tries to get a little bit of a clearance there, but I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit of extended time defending isn't ever a good thing in Rocket League, but you did see Turtle at the very edge of your screen there run up and get the very front corner boost. That's going to help Maryland win a little bit in the boost battle, try and get back on top. Turtle had a great 50-50 there that almost ended up on net, and now there's some aggression near the net. Hexy tries to make the save, but Tony is able to win the 50-50, and just like that, we are back to tied.
Had the velocity advantage on the 50. That's one of the big key components of 50s is who's going faster, who has a better angle on the ball, and right there it was definitely Ferris State.
Yeah, Ferris State's going to be able to feel a little bit better about this because we've seen Maryland get off to these bunches of goals in those games that they've won. In close ones like this, it's been Ferris State that takes them.
Yep, absolutely. As we see Cozy P just trying to take it over the top, getting it to Turtle. They're going to look for something here in Ferris State end, but Compulse is going to be there to try and get a little bit of a clear off. But that is a shot from Cozy P from Hexy, and that will be a goal. 2-1 Terps. We're back on top.
Yeah, that's exactly the passing that Maryland needs. Just don't get frilly. Straight, solid, bang, bang, goal. Cozy P able to turn that one in from Hexy. Maryland back in front halfway through this game 5. Now it's going to be Hexy up. Get the kickoff into the back corner, but Tony's going to have the boost and the chance to do something with it. Ferris State tries, but Cozy clears, and now Compulse is going to try but miss. That puts them in a tough spot, but Maryland not able to make them pay.
Absolutely, as Hexy's going to be back for that. Tony gets this mid boost. It will be good, though, especially as the ball gets into Maryland's half, but no Ferris State players there as Turtle gets a shot on net from another pass from Cozy P. They're putting on some goals right now. They want to close this series out.
Yeah, Cozy was talking about working on that teamwork, working on those passes and the sixes, and that is exactly the sort of thing that comes from that. Just that ability to find your teammate like that. It's perfect. It's exactly what Maryland needs, as it's got now a 2-goal cushion that it can work with. But you know what they say, Nathan. 2 goals is the worst lead to have in soccer.
Absolutely. The 3-1 curse, I've heard it called. But we're hoping to not be cursed today as the Terps will be looking to keep this lead to win this series against Ferris State.
Yep, but Ferris State with the intent now. Just Sky gets it over one. Hexy drops it down, and with Turtle gets the ball clear. And then a big demo from Turtle on Compulse, and Cozy on Tony. Just like that, Maryland has a lot of time. Hexy goes for a musty, but it's not on target.
Great attempt. As we see Compulse trying to just dribble this one in. Won't be enough, but they're still applying the pressure in Terps' end as Cozy P gets a very, very good clearance there. Ball is up for Turtle.
Yeah, Turtle's going to be able to get a nice 50, try and do something with it. Hexy goes for a little bit of a stalled challenge, and now Cozy to Turtle, and just like that, 4-1 Terps. Once again, Cozy P with the pass.
Absolutely. I said it before. I'll say it again. These guys' teamwork is stellar. They know exactly where each other are going to be and exactly when.
Yeah, Maryland is able to do exactly what it wants in this game. That is going to be something that they will try and take with them going forward, assuming that they can hang on to this lead here. I don't think we've seen Ferris State score 3 in a minute yet. It's going to be looking pretty good for Maryland, especially if they can do something with this ball here. Because he does, he tosses it to the side, and it's too far away for Compulse. Maryland's going to keep on the gas, but just Sky gets it away. Actually with a good touch, though, to deny him, and he's going to try and work it onto that left side. He's got time and space to work with, but Sky gets under it, pops it by him.
Unfortunate. Ball is in the Terps' end. Going to be going for a little bit of a 50 there. Tony's up for the shot. Not going to have enough on it. Not a good enough angle. Not enough power. As Sky's going to be trying to drive in. They're in desperation mode once again.
Yeah, they are, but Maryland is just able to keep it away. Tony tried to get onto that one, but little bit too far. That's going to be a very good sign for Maryland. But Tony does get one in the net. That's a tough goal to concede.
Our local guys are having a little bit of a laugh about it. Maybe there was a miscommunication, misplay there, but I don't think they're too stressed out about only having a 2-goal lead with 11 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good in that sense, and they're going to try and get this one away. Cozy pops it up towards the center for Sky, who puts it towards the net. Compulse tries for a shot, but it's just wide. Hexy there to pop it away, and that is your Maryland victory.
Great set of Rocket League you and I just watched, wasn't that?
Yeah, that was really entertaining. Got to say, a harder match than what the Terps faced last week, but they were able to get it done in the end. Again, Cozy P, 3 assists on those 3 goals to give Maryland the advantage. That's just a great showing from him.
Absolutely. And that's a great showing from the whole team, fighting through that adversity just a little bit near the end, especially with the games being so close. But I guess it did follow that pattern I was talking about of 1-1-1-1-1, right?
Yeah, certainly did. Good thing we don't play an even number of games. Those teams would have ended up tied.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what were your takeaways from that set?
I think the biggest thing that Maryland has to take away from this is that they can work those simple 2-man pass shot actions. Those were really, really effective against Ferris State. And if they continue to work them right, they'll be good against practically any opponent that they face. But realistically, I think that Maryland just has to move forward knowing that it can duke it out in those tough fights and win.
Definitely, definitely.
Well, for now, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And after that, we will be back for the second matchup against USC.
I'm Greg, also known as Sind, and I'm an initiator player for the Valorant Premier Team.
I'm Kazu, and I go by NJV, and I'm the coach for the team.
I'm Richard, and I go by Pickle Richard, and I'm the duelist player.
Pretty fun. I definitely liked all the guys I was playing with. It's fun to get in the server with them. Sometimes it can be a little bit of a challenge balancing it with other things, but
Yeah.
it's definitely something that I enjoy doing a lot.
Yeah, making like all the friends that we made through this team, so it really makes me happy. So it's like really awesome that we did this.
Yeah, I think I had really fun times on this team. I played well every single game.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I think my favorite moment was map 5. I think that was a really fun match.
The
Yeah.
grand finals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
the
was
grand
fun.
final. Yeah.
Remember what map it was?
I don't remember that.
Oh, it was Sunset. Yeah,
Sunset.
Yeah.
And you played Rays.
Yeah, I played Rays.
Yeah, no, that map was really intense. Like, it was super, super hard. The pressure was definitely on. Like, it was super late at night. It was like midnight or
It
something.
was very late. It was really late.
1 a.m. or
Like, my favorite moment was probably the first match of the season.
Oh yeah.
First time in the studio together.
Oh, in the studio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. It
That
was
was
like
fun.
fun seeing all the Academy boys in the studio. So that was sick. Yeah.
My personal goal is I think I'm gonna try to hit Radiant this season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can. It's,
Yeah.
I think it's definitely to win Big Ten right now, and then place top 8 in CVAL. That's our goal.
Top 8 Steve-Al.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big Ten is definitely the thing I'm most interested in seeing.
Mhm.
I'm not flying out, but hopefully, or the boys do well over
Hopefully
it.
we win.
Where is it?
I-
OSU? Ohio State?
Yeah, in Ohio.
Ohio.
I promise at least second place.
At least
At least
second place? I think we can win it.
I think we can win it too.
I think we can
We gotta
win
be
Big Ten.
humble.
Everyone,
Yeah.
we just we can't get complacent.
Can't
Yeah,
get
yeah.
complacent. Never that.
That's a good one.
Go ahead.
Honestly, like unironically, I think Kazu is a very fun person to have in the program as like an emotional leader. Even though he doesn't always sometimes things can get a little disorganized with Kazu at the helm.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
for as much flack as we give him for being terrible at the game, he's actually
Yeah, if you watch our
He's
games
actually a very
while
good
I
coach.
play, you'll be surprised. Like, I hear Hollis is the guy my coach a lot.
Yeah.
Like a weird amount of time.
but I think Cuz is a great addition for him. I love that.
Yeah, I love
He's
having
great.
him here.
You love Valorant.
He's very wholesome.
He is very awesome.
Yeah,
He's-
Radiant, remember that.
I'm ready to remember that.
Yeah, his timeouts have improved a lot too. As someone who's seen him coach over the last like 2.5 years.
Yeah, I
Your
coached
your
him
old
for a while.
timeouts were.
Yeah, that was when I was
Great.
a little baby boy coach.
Yeah, but now he's improved a lot.
Yeah.
I really like having him as a coach.
Thank you, Gregory. Wow, this is great. Let's do this more often.
That's the most praise you've ever heard.
He got an ego boost for free today.
That was awesome.
And I think by the end of the season, like now, we play together. Everyone kind of jokes around a little bit more and kind of shines their natural ray. We're excited just to see them play better as well.
With the middle school program, the best part has been seeing the moments of teamwork where the middle schoolers really seem to get the game, and so that's when you can see they're starting to get a little bit hooked on how esports can be so fun.
Off game, or will red turn things around?
And I think by the end of the season, like now, we play together. Everyone kind of jokes around a little bit more and kind of shines their natural ray. We're excited just to see them play better as well.
With the middle school program, the best part has been seeing the moments of teamwork where the middle schoolers really seem to get the game, and so that's when you can see they're starting to get a little bit hooked on how esports can be so fun.
Off game, or will red turn things around?
And welcome back, everybody, to the Terps Esports studio. Maryland was able to win that first series against Ferris State, and now they face potentially an even tougher opponent in USC. But Nathan, let's run that back with you one last time. You've had some time to think about it now. Maryland, game to the good, game to the bad. Good, bad. They close it out in 5, but it took them 5. I mean, what do you think that you want to see different from Maryland in this next series?
Just a little bit more confidence. Honestly, I think when they lost, when they were getting down, it's when they weren't confident and they were letting Ferris State dictate the tempo of play. When Maryland get to, and honestly, I think that they have the ability to, honestly, almost whenever they want, when they get to dictate their tempo, they get to play at their speed, it's lights out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think at the end of the day, if they're able to maintain that pressure, then they are able to do some great things. But as soon as a little crack pulls in, the opponent is going to be able to completely blow it wide open. We'll have to see what USC is able to do with that here in Game 1. Cozy gets the kickoff central, then Turtle tosses it high. He's going to be able to put that one in the back of the net, too, just around the USC defender.
That's what we like to see. In all the games that we won, we saw these quick goals, this quick striking. Again, they already dictated their tempo, just like I said.
Yeah, certainly Maryland able to put some mustard on it early on. That's the way that they want to start, and they were able to win another kickoff, and this time it's Cozy that's going to come in with the ball. Fakes one, waits for another. Getting fancy with this already, but then he just bumps Knight out of the way.
Fake got the pre-jump out from, what is his name, VPN? VTR?
VTR,
Gets the pre-jump out of VTR, and honestly, just good mechanics. Good mental play there. That's what you also like to see on top of mechanics.
Yeah, if the Terps can win the mental battle, they'll be able to win the physical battle a lot of the time there. Cozy's going to win a 50 with Crayola, too, that works out for him. Crayola have no boost. He's going to see what they can do, but Turtle's able to pop that one away. Try. Gives it off to Hexy, who's going to bring this ball flying through the center of the field. But a little bit of a touch from USC gives them the ability to try and get it clear. Cozy pressuring, though, making it harder on him.
Absolutely. You saw USC try to get a little bit fancy on the wall. Terps were just satisfied to stay on the wall and try and play the 50, and they ended up winning it because of it.
Yeah, Maryland will be very happy to see all of this going their way so far. Minute in, this is going to be not an attempt that they're going to be able to get from that, but Cozy pops one up, trying to stall, buy his team some time. And now you got Turtle trying to come in, but Hexy, most importantly, back there with the full boost. Turtle's going to clear it into the middle of the pitch. Hexy going to be able to win a 50 by just being patient. And just like that, Maryland gets a clear.
Absolutely. As they get up the field, what are you looking for in this USC set?
I mean, I think realistically the Terps just have to, like you were saying, find that sort of flow state, that vibe where they're able to get the pressure going, stay consistent with it, get everyone working together in harmony. They're going to be able to do a little bit of that here, but no, it's good from VTR to get in and poke that one away. Hexy's going to have plenty of time to get the ball out, but Maryland hasn't done anything since 5 seconds in. They've been trying, but USC, just a tough start, but they're working their way back into this one. Hexy's going to try and put it off the wall, but Turtle is going to pop it back down right to himself. 2-0 Terps.
Absolutely. Right now, typically with these first games, you see a little bit of feeling out. And sometimes when one team is just on the front foot first, that's when they score a lot. But most of the time it's a little bit of feeling out, and that's what we've been seeing since basically 5 seconds in, is the Terps and USC trying to feel each other out, feel the play style, and try to adjust in the moment and have some things to talk about in the middle of games.
Yep, certainly. Maryland's going to have to try and defend this first, though. VTR going aggressive, pops it over Hexy, but nobody there to get to it, and Turtle has the chance now to clear. He doesn't have a flip, though, so Cozy takes over. Hexy's the third. Maryland trying, getting close. Turtle's shot comes off the backboard, but they just don't have the ability to get around it, bring it in. And now Crayola's turn to try something. He gets up, but Hexy there to make the save. Knight puts it back in, but Hexy and Cozy combine to at least throw it away to the corner, and now Cozy able to get it clear to the middle of the field.
Definitely stellar defense you're seeing, and stellar offense on the conversion. No shot or no goal, but a great shot as they're keeping on this pressure, but it does get cleared out by USC.
Yeah, Maryland is able to turn defense into offense like that. Didn't see much of it in the previous series against Ferris State because they always had one back, but just like that, Maryland is able to once again convert. I mean, VTR puts the ball back there. He ends up setting it up perfectly for Turtle. Not what he meant to do there.
What an angle on the shot from Turtle, though. Just getting up, getting the front of his car on the ball. Just a perfect amount of English on that to hit it right into the net.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need, although can Turtle speak English, do we think?
They speak English here at UMD.
That's true. The Terrapins are all about that sort of life, but Maryland is going to try and clear that after a little Cozy P save, but instead Crayola with another attack down towards the Maryland end. Hexy gets it up to the wall, gets a little bit of a pinch on it to try and clear, but VTR there going to try and put that down. It's a tough one for Maryland to deal with, but they do. VTR just prevents a goal on the other end.
Almost a little bit of a pinch. Any closer to that ball from those two players, and that might have been a pinch into the goal. Would have had to take a little bit of luck too, but I don't know. VTR, they're feeling a little bit of pressure. Very little boost coming out from USC on this attack from the Terps. That's on goal. That's a shot and a goal from Cozy P assisted by Turtle.
Yeah, I mean, you set that up perfectly. Just a struggle for boost for USC, and then they get a little bit out of position, and there's not enough time to catch up to that. Cozy P is able to take advantage off the pass from Turtle, who has been doing everything in this game for Maryland.
Hexy had the best seat in the house for that one. Got to just watch his teammates put that one in the goal as he has the ball. He's on the front foot now. Going to try to get it to Cozy P. Misses a little bit, and honestly, oh, they're back in time. Okay.
They're back in time, just about. It was a little bit risky, but 4-0 up. Maryland is just feeling good. That's that confidence flowing that we were talking about earlier. They want to try something a little bit crazy, and it doesn't quite work out, but also they're not at the point where that's going to hurt them as there are just 15 seconds left in this one. USC is going to try and get it cleared, but Cozy with a stall and then a 50 makes it really uncomfortable in the back for USC. They'll be trying to get this one towards the net, but Turtle puts it away, and just like that, the Terps have won Game 1.
Decisive victory for Game 1. I mean, again, we just saw them. They kind of did exactly what they wanted to do in that game. Faced not too much opposition. Got to just get the ball up, apply pressure all game.
Yeah, certainly. There was nobody on USC who was able to put the same level of pressure on the Terps that they had against Ferris State with a little bit more time to roam, time to do what they do best. I mean, that was a very, very good victory for Maryland, and one that is certainly going to have them feeling good headed into Game 2.
And they're going to be looking to build off that momentum, trying to not have a repeat of last series with the alternating wins. But, I mean, honestly, you never know with Rocket League. Again, it is just so momentum-based.
Yeah, absolutely. Every game is a new game, and we are about to hit the new game right now as Knight tries to do something with it on that offensive end, but Hexy's there to make the clear. Cozy is up. What in the world did we just see? A shot? We did, but Crayola there to save what would have been one of the crazier goals that would have come onto this stream.
Absolutely. We know these guys are talented, but honestly, they try and keep it a little bit chill on the crazy shot attempts because sometimes they're a little bit dangerous.
Oh, they certainly are, but, I mean, if Maryland's feeling good about itself, the Terps might as well, because that's how you're going to continue to keep those vibes high, keep the momentum high, and keep the score going up. That's Cozy off the pass from Hexy. Perfect start.
I mean, again, exactly what they want to see. Early strikes, decisive strikes into the USC net.
Yep, that was a very good goal for Maryland. They're going to try and do a little bit more with it now as Cozy puts the kick up. Crayola had a chance, but just didn't get the right type of hit on it. As a result, the ball's back, and Maryland's going to keep putting pressure on it. That was a crazy challenge to fly in with. The Terps getting super aggressive now. But USC tries for a pass back, but Turtle, again, running out from the net and able to make the block. But that is a great goal from Crayola, who takes advantage of just a little mistake on the Maryland end and really makes them pay.
That's a stellar shot right into the top corner. So far into the corner, it's almost unsavable. From Cozy P's position, it was unsavable, just not close enough. That's exactly where you want to be placing it if you are USC.
Yep, certainly. Their first goal of the series has this one tied a minute in, and they're going to look for another there as VTR gets a shot in. That is 2-0 to USC just off the kickoff. Cozy tried to pop that one up, and Turtle just did not get the hit on it that he would want. As a result, it's really an easy ball in there for VTR to put home.
Definitely 2 unanswered from USC, but I mean, we're still seeing Maryland in this. There's a lot of time left on the clock, and we know
certainly
the clock in Rocket League goes by a little bit slower than you think.
It does. I feel like that 3-minute stretch especially just drags on and on and on, and Maryland will hope that it does now so they can get a shot off for it. Cozy P puts the ball center, but nobody there to attack it. Hexy's waiting for the clear from Crayola, and Turtle puts it down to Cozy, but Maryland's not going to be able to do anything, and all of a sudden, Knight has the chance to clear it down into the corner. Hexy pops it back towards the net to get the clear on, and now Cozy's going to take over, but VTR there. Turtle back to Cozy, though. Crayola is now going to maybe get a clear, but he's putting it back towards his net. A little bit of a dangerous strategy there to try and get the clear, but Maryland is able to capitalize off of that sustained pressure. Turtle goal, 2-2.
Honestly, in front of the USC net, it looked a little bit neat. It looked like they planned that pinch to clear, but it just wasn't enough. The Terps were right back on the ball no matter what. They were keeping that pressure up, as we like to see.
Yeah, no, absolutely relentless from Maryland. That's what you want from the team. They are the Steam Terps, and they have steamed back into this one. 2-2 game. And now what's going to happen next? This next goal could be the all-important one.
Absolutely. These tiebreaker goals, right now it's a new game just with a little bit less time on the clock. These tiebreaker goals are where you see, honestly, those big momentum shifts.
Yeah, certainly. And Turtle's going to try and keep the momentum high for Maryland. So is Cozy, but you've got a little bit of a resistance from USC here. They're doing a lot more with the ball. There's a shot there from Crayola, but Turtle's able to make the flying save.
Great save from Turtle there. And what we're seeing right now is USC is honestly, they look like they're comfortable. They look like they're not complacent, but they're comfortable with how the game looks, and they really don't look like they're too stressed at all.
Yeah, no. USC certainly found a little bit of momentum for itself, but just as we say that, Hexy's there to take the lead back for Maryland.
Absolutely. Great teamwork. I think the ball hit off of all three of these players back to back to back. And we see a goal coming out from the Terps from Hexy. That's going to be the tiebreaker goal that I was talking about.
Yep, and 2 minutes left. There is time still, of course. Like we said, the clock actually in that 3-minute mark exactly did go pretty slow. But Maryland will love having that goal advantage because that means that USC just has to do a little bit more in coming to the Terps.
Definitely, definitely. As we see Turtle going back, he's going to be back for this clearance. We saw him chose not to go up for it. Great decision as we see a goal or a shot get put near goal as they just try to keep up this pressure. Knight gets it out. Knight's a little bit away from the ball here, though.
Yeah, he is, but VTR is able to stay home, make the save when Cozy gets there. Now Hexy's turn. What's he going to be able to do? Not enough for Maryland as Knight gets it clear. Cozy's not giving up on this, though. His teammates are back, but Turtle's able to get up in time, and that stall, that delay, and just like that, another goal for Maryland.
Just relentless stuff from Cozy P. Never gave up on the play, and that's what, honestly, in some of these situations, that's what you need. You just need someone to be a little bit annoying in the back line of the goal, and that's what led to that goal for the Terps.
Yeah, no, certainly, as annoying as you can be, someone to believe in you, to help you out, certainly helps too, and Turtle believed in Cozy there.
Definitely.
Just like that, Terps have a multi-goal lead.
Definitely, and they're going to just be looking to keep the pressure. As we say, Rocket League is a game about this momentum, and what is the way to dispel or to build the momentum? It's to get the pressure on. Right now, USC has the pressure, a couple demos, but not going to be enough as Cozy P gets the ball out.
Yeah, VTR is able to clear it away to Crayola, who cushions the ball really well to try and start something, but Turtle is too aggressive. He gets there. Cozy tries to wrap his car around it, but can't. And as a result, Crayola is going to get the chance to break now, but didn't have enough to really do anything with that chance there. Turtle gets the flip. No, he does not, but it's all right because he's got the teammates there to save him. Hexy got his car on that, and he gets his car on that shot as well. And what a save, dropping down from the net by Hexy. That was absolutely picture perfect for Maryland. They needed that.
What a save. And in Rocket League so much, you see this backboard defense hanging out above the goal. And right there, that's what got them that save, was just the positioning of being on top of the goal, ready to pounce on anything.
Yep, and now Cozy with one last save and a clear away from Turtle. It's saved, but Maryland's got a 2-goal advantage. That can't be topped right now. And so whenever this ball hits the ground, the Terps will go up 2-0.
Absolutely exciting, exciting stuff right here. 2-0 lead. They're feeling pretty good about themselves, I'd say.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they saw a little bit of resistance from USC there, but the fact that Maryland was able to take that and work around it, they were able to sort of survive USC's one main period of pressure. There were a few really nice saves in there from Cozy and from Hexy, and just like that, Maryland turns it around, put a little bit of pressure on them on that far side, and like that, you've got goal, you got another goal, and then you're feeling great. I mean, that game was tight, but at the same time, didn't ever really feel like Maryland was going to lose it.
Yeah, I definitely think Maryland's feeling real good, coming off the series win, and they're up 2-0 right now. Do you think that confidence is going to exude out in their gameplay?
I think you might see a little bit of something nice from Maryland. Try and get those clips for the social team. Maybe. I mean, you never want to force it, of course. Yeah. Never. But if the opportunity strikes, you know, why not? And we'll see how it goes here. Cozy's going to be able to try and pop this one up, but instead he gets a little bit of a delay. Looks like he confused Turtle, who went up too early.
Absolutely. And in that clip chasing expedition that these guys might go on, they know when they can and can't. Absolutely. They absolutely know when it is good, when it's not. They'll keep it tight when they need to, but maybe we'll see a little bit of swaz here and there.
Yeah, oh no. These are absolutely very professional players. They know exactly what they're doing. They know when it's time to have a little bit of fun and try and go for something crazy. Just like that. That pressure from Hexy is exactly what Maryland needed. He and Turtle both crashing on the ball. That's that sustained, tight, attacking pressure. I mean, it was actually Turtle who got the first touch on it and would have gone in anyways, but Hexy puts a little more mustard on it, and 1-0 Maryland.
Absolutely. There was someone in goal for it, but oftentimes in those high-speed scenarios, 2 will be better than 1 almost every time. As we see ball there. USC is just trying to dispel some of this pressure they're feeling. but Terps are not happy with a dispelling of said pressure.
Yeah, no, Maryland's really doing everything that it can to keep the ball in that end, as they really, truly should. USC has not shown that they're going to be able to consistently work back once they've gotten the ball forward to be able to prevent these counterattacks. So we'll see what Cozy does here. He's able to get around one, but Turtle got demoed by Knight, and that looks like the difference on that break.
Definitely. USC definitely have some talented players. They're streaky a little bit, though, in my opinion, as we see a goal coming out from Knight, assisted by VTR. Just no one in a good enough position there to get to for the save.
Yeah, it's a tough spot for Maryland. I mean, Hexy's caught in no man's land there. Cozy's trying to get back for boost because he has none, but then he has to get forced around, try to make the save. Neither of them can. Maryland, it's a tough goal to give up for sure, but
absolutely,
certainly not one that they're going to feel too bad about.
Especially with this 2-0 lead in the series. They're going to see a good shot come out from Cozy P, good save from VTR, but Hexy is not satisfied with just a clearance. He wants to keep it up.
Yeah, and he tries, but now Maryland's going to go, and Hexy doesn't even need to hit that one. Turtle gets it all for himself once again off that great offensive pressure by Cozy P.
Absolutely. Good redirect onto the goal, and that is exactly what I wanted to see because, like I was saying, USC looks a little bit streaky. In that first game, I think they got like a goal and then a goal right back to back. So UMD getting that goal in between, I think, is going to be a key to not allow USC to get on that streak.
Yeah, certainly you don't want them to hit too big of a run. This is going to be a very important next minute for Maryland. If they're able to just keep USC off the shot or off the scoreboard, they'll feel good. But of course, another goal for yourself, and you're feeling great.
Absolutely. The Terps look like their motto in these last couple of games has been a good defense is a better offense, as a lot of their clearances have been taken up for counterattacks.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, you don't want to do anything too crazy in Rocket League, as Turtle gets another one for Maryland there. We'll get back to that point in a second. I mean, that was just Turtle bumps Cozy out of the way. He bumps Knight out of the way. He gets it past VTR. He doesn't care what anybody else thinks. He's just going to do what he wants to do, and it's a goal for Maryland.
Absolutely, absolutely. A lot of talented guys on these rosters, and we're seeing it in these last couple games. Maryland kind of just having their way right now.
Yeah, absolutely. But like I was saying before, you don't want to really throw the ball up without following it at any point, because the faster the ball goes up, the faster it comes right back at you, especially with these players at this level who are just so talented, able to advance the ball by themselves, just like this with Turtle trying to get it into that USC net. Just like that. I mean, 2-3 seconds and the ball has gone from one side to the other, and you're under pressure once again.
Definitely. They say this game is high octane for a reason, and honestly, some of those counterattacks that UMD was facing was one of their pitfalls in that first series in the games they lost. The Ferris State was just very good at these counterattacks.
Yeah, we haven't seen it quite yet from USC, but plenty of time, and they'll need to try and do it. 1:43 left in this game, and Maryland is up 3-1. Turtle's going to take it out from the back, and he gets a little bit of a flip, but it's not enough to put it past Knight. Hexy's going to try on the rebound, and Turtle puts it center. And Cozy just cannot get enough on that to put it net side. Turtle does, but it's off the crossbar.
Absolutely, and that is right where the UMD Terrapins want the ball, is in that end, but that's not where it is right now, as USC have a little bit of a counterattack going, like we were just saying.
Yeah, they do, but Maryland's just about able to delay enough, get the ball going high, and then once it's high, it's their prerogative. They can do what they want with it.
Looked like a little bit of a miscommunication there, as there was a bump on the ceiling. Well, I forget the player, but he was in prime position to clear the ball, and it honestly leads to a USC goal a couple seconds later. It's crazy how quick things change.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great touch from VTR to put that one back, and Hexy tries to get back on the backboard to do something about it, but then the low shot from Knight, once you go up like that and you're trying to play from the backboard, it's really tough to get all the way back down.
Yeah, that's why proper positioning on the backboard to start with is so important. So important to just be in the right spot at the right time. And at this level of Rocket League, they're very good at that.
Absolutely they are, just like Turtle's where he needs to be to clear that one away. And he gets a demo on Crayola too. It's not going to do too much for this play, but it might just help Maryland pull the pressure out. But Knight goes into the Maryland net, and he demos Hexy. That's a funny one. Cozy P goes underneath the challenge, and he's able to progress the ball towards the net, but nothing coming of it. Turtle pops it back, though. Cozy's going to try for boost, misses it. Now he gets it, but Hexy's done enough to wait and delay in the center, and VTR is trying, but just has no boost with all of this boost starvation by Maryland. Demo from Turtle on Knight is going to only help that, and Cozy gets the ball to the wall, up at it, towards the net. Knight going to get the ball clear, and Crayola's going to keep it up. Maryland just has to get this ball to the ground.
They don't care for scoring. They just need it to hit the grass, and that it does. That is a series sweep. Terps 3, USC Esports 0.
Yeah, that was a much better display for Maryland. It felt like they were really on there. You know, that consistency that we were looking for felt like it was much more present in that series.
Definitely. And that the only maybe little bit scary time was in that first game where they went down 2-1, but they didn't let that deter them. They just kept on driving forward, literally and figuratively.
Yeah, no, literally and figuratively. But we are going to be driving on to our third and final game against Nebraska in a little bit, but that is going to be after this commercial break.
My name is Subin Kim. My in-game name is Carrots, and I'm the controller of this team.
My name is Hannah. My IGN is Tuxedo Sam, and I play Sentinel for the team.
My name is Sima. My in-game name is Care Bear, and I'm a flex.
My name is Megan. My IGN is Giraffe, and I'm an initiator.
My name is Sophia. My IGN is Soap, and I'm an initiator.
Hi everyone, I'm Ayush. My in-game name is Dulce, and I'm the coach.
For me, I think it was just really interesting to see like our names on like social media and like on a website. I'm just like, whoa, my name is on a website but so I think that was like the number one thing that kind of like just it brought the realization of like what kind of team I'm in, like what kind of position I'm in.
Meeting them. It's like hard to make a woman and non-binary friends in Valorant, so it's just really nice that we have like a team specifically for that.
The studio.
Yeah. Oh, the studio. Oh, I didn't even know that existed. I didn't know that existed until like remember like when we first talked about the studio. I was like, what's that? When I first went to the room, I was like, oh, there's cameras and lighting. I'm just like, that's
nice computer.
Nice computer.
The monitor is
so
crazy.
true.
Winning.
Yeah, winning.
Oh, so true.
Yeah.
Totally cool. Winning.
Getting into that.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I feel
That
like
was pretty cool.
Hey. I would say supportive is definitely like Dusty and Rachel. Those two, just like making sure we had scrims down, making sure we had practice schedules down, like Dusty making sure like to pick out what we did wrong, just like, you know, helping us improve. I think definitely.
Yeah, Dusty's a very present coach, so
Very.
it's like he's really reliable and helped us through the whole season.
Thanks, team.
Yeah, you'd even like schedule things for us,
like organize all those schedules.
help us map bands and like
Stats,
talk to them if like realize if one of them was like unranked or something. Breaking a rule. Making teams forfeit.
Maybe we don't talk about that last part.
I would also say like our fans in chat, like on stream.
True.
It was nice knowing
W
people
chat.
watching us.
And the haters.
Oh yeah.
Improve in the higher division.
Yeah, it is definitely more challenging because we're in a higher division now. But I think we could, like, with our coordination, I definitely think we could. We need to bring home another one of these.
It feels great.
Yeah.
You guys know this is the first title that Terps Esports has won.
Wait, seriously?
And by women.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously? Oh,
First time.
cool.
I like playing Valorant.
Have an excuse to play games.
True, that's true. That's good.
For me, I joined because, well, like I've always wanted to be on a women's team, especially like since I got to UMD, and me and Dusty had always like tried to make teams work every semester, and this was the first time it actually did work and stuck, and the people who tried out like were committed. So I guess I've always just wanted to be on a women's team to like connect more to that community.
To make friends.
So I had that gap, without a team for a while, and then I saw the form, and I was like, I really want to try this. This sounds fun. And then, yeah, I play Valorant too much. First of all, I did not imagine me being IGL when I first started, because I am, outside of my Lilac team, I am known as the no brain, only aim chamber in comp. So I did not imagine myself being IGL. But I think it's there were some difficulties in the beginning because I wasn't used to giving out comms. I was just very confused. But I think now it's just the amount of trust that my teammates give me when I give out comms, and the amount of coordination that we have. I just love being IGLing because I trust that things will work out.
Whether you're a new publisher or app developer, or if you've been around the block for a little while and you have your own ad ops team, Playwire is developing the solutions and products that are perfect for you.
RAMP stands for Revenue Amplification Management Platform. But really what it does, it helps you make more money per user, and it helps you simplify your business so you can just focus on what matters, which is making great content. So if you think about today's ecosystem, there's so many different pieces to run an ad tech platform.
RAMP brings the entire ad ecosystem under one umbrella. Everything from centralized ad unit creation to piping in those demand sources. We layer on a DMP, and we take care of your data privacy and consent management for you as well. We tie all of that together with robust analytics.
Playwire really offers our publishers two different models at this point. We've got the full service model where we come in and we cover everything. And there's now our new self-service model where you can come in and you can say, I just want Playwire to take care of some of these things for me. Another thing that we've had a lot of partners do with us in the past is say, hey, maybe I have a few of my own direct campaigns that I want to run. Or I've even got an ad ops team. I don't know whether Playwire is right for me because those people are doing a good job. We don't want to displace them in favor of Playwire. That's fine. We're happy to bring all the technology that we've put out there, but use it with your own team and with your own ad stack. What does that mean for you as a publisher? It means that you get to leverage all of the revenue maximization technology that we've got in place and still have all of the capabilities and all of the demand partners that you're used to working with. You can have your cake and you can eat it too.
We actually do things at such scale, right? We're serving 70 billion ads a month at this point. That's a huge benefit that we're passing on to the publisher.
Revenue intelligence marries human intelligence with machine intelligence. At its core, revenue intelligence is about taking all the demand that you're already getting and getting more out of it. We want to make it so that you're getting 10% more from your ad inventory without even worrying about who the advertisers are. It's based on us going in and understanding what are the places where we can put additional price pressure on. There's all sorts of situations like this where you can eke out little benefits and add them all up. You're quickly at a point where you are getting that 10, 15, 20% uplift on your revenue without having made any changes in who's actually doing the advertising.
Our DMP is built from the ground up to work in a cookieless environment and not use cookies to basically store, user behavior or anything like that. And it's built right into the RAMP platform.
We can tell advertisers information about user interests, but also user behavior, do it on a massive scale, do it in that real-time way that we also do with our revenue intelligence capabilities, and also do it in a way where we can leverage the size of our network. We're trying to do everything that we can to show you every step of the process of getting an ad onto the page. That means that we've got much richer charts and graphs, a lot more ability to look at a piece of information and drill down on it. Answer that question that maybe you didn't even know that you were asking. We're trying to make you think differently, actually, about your business, about how your business relates to advertising, and reveal all of that through the platform. So analytics are one big piece of it.
It's a constant evolution. We're constantly updating our technology. We're constantly creating the future.
It's a real challenge for publishers these days to navigate advertising technology. It seems like every 6 months there's some new challenge. And at Playwire, we make sure that we take all of that pain away from our publishers so they can focus on their core business of publishing.
Terp Adventures. Take flight at STAMP. Host to countless Maryland events, programs, performances, and more. Feed your body. Feed your mind. Feed your soul. Let your talents soar. Dance, sing, perform. Find your thing. Join more than 800 student organizations and clubs. Find community here. Leadership lives here. Art thrives here. With space to grow. We're all just kids at heart. Let your imagination fly. Compete. Play. With wings on our feet. Here your spirit can fly. Here your soul lifts up. Here you remember those who came before. This is STAMP. This is the Center for Campus Life, where Terp Adventures take flight. You belong here. Come fly with us.
Hi, my name is Teddy Zielkowski. I am a 2022 graduate at the University of Maryland with a degree of Bachelor's of Landscape Architecture, and right now I am a Terps Rocket League coach. Yeah, I think one of the biggest factors of why they invited me to be the coach for the Rocket League team was that I played a lot, and I was actually like the Rocket League president of the club. I played for the collegiate team before Terps Esports was a program. So I was a huge person in this community for Rocket League. So they really wanted someone who was kind of like a cornerstone that built this community to come back and be the coach. The most important thing about my role would be just getting to know all the different players on the team. Everyone has different lifestyles, they have different play styles, so you really gotta just get to know every single person so that you can help kind of connect them all together so they can play well on and off the pitch. My favorite part would just be seeing their improvements throughout the entire season. I mean, you start out and everyone's a bit awkward, everyone's kind of shy as well, and I think by the end of the season, like now, we play together, everyone kind of jokes around a little bit more and kind of shines their natural ray, so it's really fun just seeing, and they're also just getting better at the game too, so we're excited just to see them play better as well. I like the program, I like the direction it's going. There's obviously so much more work to do and figuring everything out, but I really like the direction we're going, and I think just the more time that we're working to grow the program, the more we're going to learn how to just be better as a program. I think one of the things that I really want to keep improving upon for like Terps Esports is just building a bigger community for all the games. So the Rocket League community has a really big community over in the club side. So it was really nice to see more people just like bonding together. People are just, instead of just seeing as like practices as being like a forced mandatory thing, people are like reaching out to each other and like they really want to play proactively with each other, and they're becoming friends as well. So it's not even like a team and we're just teammates and that's it, but it's more like we're staying up till like 2-3 a.m. playing because we're having fun playing, and that's also helping them get better as well. So it like increases their like chemistry together and like just playing together as well, and they can handle losses better when they're a team and they're friends. So that's like a really good part about just building this community. I think one of the biggest things is just creating like a welcoming space for like beginners, and just like having it just be really welcoming, all skill levels included. So that's something that we can try and do, and just create more diversity in the esports scene, just have more opportunities for other people to come, and maybe they're prodigies at a certain game or something. So when more people are playing the game and just creating more noise, then it's awesome for more people to just keep coming. It's almost like a trend.
My name is Subin Kim, my in-game name is Carrots, and I'm the controller of this team.
My name is Hannah, my IGN is Tuxedo Sam, and I play Sentinel for the team.
My name is Sima, my in-game name is Care Bear, and I'm a flex.
My name is Megan, my IGN is Giraffe, and I'm an initiator.
My name is Sophia, my IGN is Soap, and I'm an initiator.
Hi everyone, I'm Ayush, my in-game name is Dulce, and I'm the coach.
For me, I think it was just really interesting to see like our names on like social media and like on a website. I'm just like, whoa, my name is on a website but so I think that was like the number one thing that kind of like just, it brought the realization of like what kind of team I'm in, like what kind of position I'm in.
Meeting them. It's like hard to make a woman and non-binary friends in Valorant, so it's just really nice that we have like a team specifically for that.
The studio.
Yeah.
Oh, the studio.
The
Oh,
studio.
I didn't even know that existed. I didn't know that existed until like remember like when we first talked about the studio. I was like, "What's that?" When I first went to the room, I was like, "Oh, there's cameras and lighting." I'm just like, "That's
Nice computer.
nice
The
computer."
monitors
So
were
true.
crazy.
Winning.
Yeah.
Oh, so true.
Yeah.
W winning.
Getting to that.
Yeah, that,
Yeah, I feel
that
like
was pretty
That's
cool.
plastic.
hey. I would say supportive is definitely like Dusty and Rachel. Those two. Just like making sure we had scrims down, making sure we had practice schedules down, like Dusty making sure like to pick out what we did wrong, just like, helping us improve. I think definitely.
Yeah, Dusty's a very present coach. So
Very.
It's like he's really reliable and helped us through the whole season.
Thanks, team.
Yeah, he'd even like schedule things for us,
Like organize all the schedules.
help us map bands and like talk to
Stats,
them
yeah.
if like realize if one of them was like unranked or something. Breaking
Forfeit
a rule.
teams.
Forfeit
Making teams forfeit.
Maybe we don't talk about that last part.
I would also say like our fans in chat, like on
Oh,
stream.
true.
Also, it was nice knowing
W
people
chat.
watching us.
And the haters.
Oh yeah.
Improve in the higher division.
Yeah, it is definitely more challenging because we're in a higher division now. But I think we could with our coordination. I definitely think we could. We need to bring home another one of these.
It feels great.
You
Yeah.
guys know this is the first title that Terps Esports has won.
Wait, seriously?
And by
really?
women.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously? Oh,
First down.
cool.
I like playing Valorant.
Have an excuse to play games.
True, that's true. That's good.
For me, I joined because, like I've always wanted to be on a women's team, especially like since I got to UMD, and me and Dusty had always like tried to make teams work every semester, and this was the first time it actually did work and stuck, and the people who tried out like were committed. So I guess I've always just wanted to be on a women's team to like connect more to that community.
To make friends.
So I had that gap, without a team for a while, and then I saw the form, and I was like, I really want to try this. This sounds fun. And then, yeah, I play Valorant too much. First of all, I did not imagine me being IGL when I first started because I am outside of my Lilac team. I am known as the no brain, only aim chamber in comp. So I did not imagine myself being IGL. But I think there were some difficulties in the beginning because no one I wasn't used to giving out comms. I was just very confused. But I think now it's just the amount of trust that my teammates give me when I give out comms and the amount of coordination that we have. I just love being IGLing because I trust that things will work out.
Welcome back, everybody, to Terps Rocket League. We've been having a great time here, haven't we, Nathan?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been very interesting to see the Terps go through these two series. Felt like started out hard, got a little bit easier in that second round, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to see them carry that same kind of mojo into the third set, but third series, third set, whatever you want to call it. But honestly, it's again, who knows? It's going to be an in the moment thing.
Yeah, absolutely. We had some time over the break to do a little bit of digging, and what we can tell you is that in theory, now, teams always change, things always change, and frankly, the world of Rocket League statistics and tracking is not great. But from what we can tell, this Nebraska team that Maryland's about to face in the final of its 3-series stand is probably, on paper, the weakest team that Maryland has yet to face. We were able to find out that when Nebraska went into CCS last year, that season 7, Maryland ended up making it to the quarterfinals. And while they were there, Maryland lost, but they lost to the eventual champions in Akron. Meanwhile, Nebraska made it to the round of 64, and there they lost 4 games to 1. It's a tough spot to be in, certainly not ideal for them, but of course, as we know, teams change plenty even over the course of a semester. You get players graduating, players coming in, players improving.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So I would say, honestly, obviously the Terps might be feeling good about this series, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. But you just never want to get, again, I keep saying this, you never want to get complacent. You never want to not take a series seriously, right? Because that's when it'll come to get you, when you're relaxed, when you're making lapses in judgment, when you're just not trying at your hardest, you're not locked in, you're not in that zone. That's honestly when you see teams be at their most vulnerable.
Yeah, absolutely. That is something that Maryland's going to have to watch out for. But it's something that they've been able to guard against pretty well. I mean, not to beat a dead horse, but Maryland was able to do a lot in that series against Ferris State. I mean, the Bulldogs showed a lot of fight. They were going at Maryland so much, but the Terps were able to just kind of turn it on,
Absolutely.
It came in bunches, it came in spurts, but the most important part is that it did show up. That is everything that Maryland needs to see, especially as it's going into really the meat of its schedule over the next month or so.
Absolutely, absolutely. And in these games, you keep seeing, I just love the tempo. In these wins, I love the tempo that they get to dictate, and they feel, and I keep coming back to this, they're comfortable. And comfortable without complacence is exactly where you want to be, because it's like you're in your, you're relaxed, you're in your zone, but you're not letting it change the way that you play. You're letting it change the way you play for the better, because you're not thinking so hard. People get so caught up when they think too hard about what they have to do. They think about their next decision. They think about what the other team is doing. They think, oh, am I doing right by my teammates? But when you're relaxed, and especially these guys know each other very well, when you're relaxed, you're locked in with your guys, that's just second nature at that point.
Yeah, it's funny too, because in a way, it's the same thing that you and I go through. If we think too hard while we're in here, this is inside secret, guys, like industry secrets, you could very easily take our spots if you're hoping to. Maryland Esports does have several places open, so if you did want to fill out an application and be part of the team, then there are several different ways where you can contribute. But a lot of what we've seen in our time in the booth is you don't want to think too hard. You don't want to try and put too much into it. You just let your brain flow. You say words and do your best to just roll naturally with what you got. I mean,
absolutely.
Sometimes it's just that simple. It sounds bad, but sometimes it's just that simple.
Absolutely. Staying in the moment's the best way to do it, honestly. And just, again, not letting your thoughts creep up too much, because when you have to think, that's the problem. It's like you feel it, you breathe, and you're just in a zone where it's just like, again, I hate to keep using the same terms, but it's like second nature. You don't have to think, because it's just natural for you. Right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's all down to muscle memory, and what we've seen in here, out there, is that once you get to a stage where you can use those muscles, I mean, those guys, they have played so much Rocket League. I think there are times where, if you think too much, you're going to start getting yourselves down. And honestly, from what I can tell, that's what we saw a lot of last semester towards the end of the season, where Maryland started to falter just a little bit. Ended up being enough, barely, to knock them out. I mean, that quarterfinal against Akron, that was a best-of-7 series that went down to Game 7. And that Akron team won the championship after that. Like, they were an incredible team, and the fact that Maryland was able to keep pace with them. Mm-hmm. But then you let that doubt get in. But they look much better,
absolutely,
much more cohesive from what I can see this year. They feel much more stable and, like you were saying, a true team.
And an underrated part of these series is, especially when they get to the end, Game 5, and in last year's case, Game 7, it's hard sometimes for the guys to stay locked in and not just just lock out. sometimes it's not a matter of am I relaxed, it's am I still able to concentrate and focus on the game, because a flow state in the zone state is relaxed and locked in the game, but you're just not thinking too hard. But when you're locked out, it's almost over at that point. It's not good stuff.
Yeah, no, it's really tough once you get to that point of being locked out. But luckily for us, we are locked in quite literally to the broadcasting area here. And soon enough, the Terps are going to be locked into their game against Nebraska. They are currently just ironing out some slight difficulties, and we'll be able to take you there soon. But before then, let's just look forward to the rest of the semester. 2 more Tuesdays in this February. Maryland's going to keep going, and then things continue through March. They're going to be playing both Play Versus and CCS at the same time. It's going to be interesting to see how they get on in these multiple competitions. There are some good teams in both.
Definitely.
There's a lot that Maryland has on its plate, and you got to think especially for the namesake of this team, Turtle. I mean, Turtle, the true Terp. This is his last semester, guys. I don't know how much we have to emphasize this, but Turtle was one of the founding members of this team. He was an incredibly important part of this. This guy's off to go be a dentist. He's going to make more money than us sitting here 24/7, 365. He's going to have a great life, but he's going to have to leave behind this team where what comes next? And frankly, I want to see him do it for Turtle. I want to see something incredible happen.
Absolutely. We will be wishing him the best, but for now, we still got a whole season of Rocket League to be playing out.
That we do. I'm getting a little too in my feels right now. This is bad.
Let's change the subject. What do you think about these last series as a total? What do you think about the Terps, how they're playing?
Yeah, I think realistically what we've seen from Maryland is what we've known about Maryland, which is that as a group, when they're on, they're one of, if not the best teams in these competitions. I mean, realistically speaking, there are very few teams who can compete with Maryland when everything is flowing and they've got the level of pressure that they get. At the same time, they need to make sure that that pressure is sustained for as long as they can.
Yeah,
I mean, things happen. You saw it there.
For sure. I like both series, both sets that they played, but for different reasons. I liked the second one because obviously you always like to see the local team, the Terps, just get in, get out, quick, clean, right? No. But I like the first one because it showed that they were able to fight through that adversity I was talking about. They aren't going to go down without a fight. They were never down in the series, but when you lose a game, and especially when it gets to 2-2, everything kind of goes out the window. You feel it's like, oh, we have to win this one. You know what I mean? And I'm proud of the guys for being able to get through that. Maybe any doubt they had in themselves or anything, and just play their best Rocket League and get the win.
Yeah. But for now, it looks like we are about to get going. We've already gotten gone. Maryland is in this game, the final series of the night against Nebraska. We'll be able to see what the Terps are able to do. Cozy P with a nice clear, kind of alleviating the pressure early there, but Hexy's going to have to do a little something on that wall. He makes the save needed to.
Great save, great save. And Nebraska has been, for these last 30 seconds, been in the Terps half. A little bit of pressure needs to be alleviated for the Terps to feel a little bit better, which is exactly what they do with a little bit of teamwork.
Yeah, Hexy's doing what he can to put that forward. Cozy P puts it up, but he doesn't have enough to get on top of the ball, put it down towards the net, and as a result, that's Creed putting it wide, and now we'll see what Nebraska can do. Hexy's going to make a bit of a touch, but Promising is there to maintain the pressure. The Terps are doing what they can, but this is really sustained pressure from Nebraska.
Yep.
Almost from Turtle, but that one goes just wide. I think Cozy got a touch on it, actually, but Maryland's going to keep going, keep trying. Turtle again just high. Maryland's getting closer now, but still no cigar. They got to be able to convert this at some point, but no, Nebraska's going to be able to clear.
It does not feel like a minute and a half has passed. There has been so much happening so quick. We're already a minute and a half in. No goals, but a lot of high-flying action.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it can't be overstated that, Maryland had a little bit of a break there. I mean, you guys saw it waiting on this stream for them to come back. Maybe they've gotten a little bit cool, and it's going to take them some time to heat back up into this one. Turtle's doing what he can, but Mincy's there to make the clear. Hexy gets it back, though. Cozy P drops it off the wall, but Creed gets a little bit of a touchdown and Promising clears it all the way out. Turtle trying to do what he can, but Nebraska's going to be able to try and do something here.
Absolutely, and the ball comes down to Hexy for a clear. He gets a little bit of a clear out, gets demoed, but the pressure's still on in the Terps' end. Saved by Turtle, but they're not done yet.
Yeah, no, Turtle gets it a little bit clear again. Hexy's trying with no boost, but only so much that he can do. It's going to be down to Cozy and Turtle here, and it's Cozy that makes the great save flying in. Creed pops down, but that's not on target. Maryland survives. That's a great defensive stand from the Terps.
Great save. Two players were actually up for it. Cozy gets the save, but it looked like Hexy was there too, if I'm not mistaken, as he goes up with a 50 against Mincy on Nebraska. A little bit, hey, they're getting it in there. Cozy P with a nice shot on goal, but just not enough.
Yeah, this is a really, really interesting game for Maryland. They really survived an onslaught early there, and now they're trying to break free, but Mincy gets the demo on Turtle. Nebraska's just doing these little things to be just enough to stay a thorn in the side of the Terps.
Absolutely, absolutely. And sometimes in those first few minutes, other than the really close chances, anytime the Terps would clear, it would get bounced right back at the 50. They really couldn't get it into the Nebraska half until very recently.
Yeah, Maryland trying to play a little bit of a down pass there. Turtle tried. Cozy couldn't do much with it, but now Turtle's trying to go on the break. Too high for him, though, and a good bump from Mincy. Nebraska's getting a little physical with it. Not too much, but just enough, and it's seeming to help throw the Terps just off their game. You can see them. They're very focused right now, much more so than they were in some of these games earlier. They feel a little bit of competition here. It's very fascinating to see it like that. That's a great save from Turtle behind Hexy, who wasn't going to get there, and that's Turtle again to clear it. Maryland's just hanging on right now. A minute left in this game. How much longer can they hang? Cozy with a great redirect, though. And just like that, the Terps have taken the lead.
Honestly, didn't even look like that they would get any opportunities like that. But when it comes, and Cozy P is very quick to jump on it whenever he sees it.
Yeah, no, certainly. I mean, this is the game that Maryland has, it feels like, least deserved to be ahead in. Nebraska has played incredibly well. The Terps took some time to get onto this, and it was really out of nothing that Cozy just got that little touch, that perfect counterattack, too far away for the Nebraska Cars to get to.
Absolutely, and especially in big games like this, big high-action games like this, all it takes is one sliver of an opportunity, and these guys are talented enough to put it away.
Oh, and a double demo there from Turtle and Cozy P. That is huge for Maryland. Give him some time. But Creed's now coming to the net. What can he do? That's a great save from Hexy, but Promising puts it in, and we're tied with 26 seconds.
That is a stellar play from Creed. He knows both of his teammates are down, but that does not matter. He stays on the ball. He stays applying pressure and sets up the play for Promising to get there for the goal.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely what Nebraska needed. They just keep it forward, keep it forward. Creed goes. He doesn't have to score. He just has to make sure that the ball is there for one of his teammates to, and the pressure's still on. Maryland's going to have to try and get this clear with 15 seconds left now. Cozy gets another touch to push it forward, and he gets a little bit on that, but it's going to be on Hexy to try and do something with it here. 10 seconds remaining. The ball goes up. Turtle's up, but Mincy's there first. Cozy's going to have to put that away from his net. Gets a little soft touch, try and pop it forward, but instead leaves it. It falls to the ground, and we're in overtime now.
Honestly, left the decision up to whoever was on the ground there if they wanted to keep it up. It looked like Turtle. There's a demo there. There's a little bit of a chance for a shot, but no boost. It's going to look a little tough, and that is Hexy getting the clear. Well, getting the start of the clear going. Gets a save. Turtle there in goal. No problem for him.
Yeah, Maryland's going to try and do a little bit more in this overtime quickly than they did in the beginning of regulation. They got blitzed out there, and they're still going Nebraska, but Hexy's there for the save. Maryland's doing just enough right now. That one barely wide from Promising. They leave it be, though. Creed's going to have a chance now. He's got 50 boost. Gets a shot off. Hexy with a stellar save once again.
That is what the Terps needed. That save right there could be a momentum swing. Honestly, that looked like a for sure goal with the positioning of Nebraska, but no go, says Hexy.
Yeah, new life. What is Maryland going to do with it? I don't know. Creed gets a little bit of deflection, and that's in from Turtle, but Cozy not able to get on the end of it, just too far away for his car. Now Promising right back up the other end. He gets his boost. Turtle goes for the commit, but misses, and Creed pops it forward. We'll see what Cozy can do. A slight pop up, but that is all Mincy. Turtle tries, but he can't make the save, and Nebraska takes the first game.
Just not in the right position for the save. That's what happens in Rocket League. You find yourself, again, in the wrong inch, the wrong millimeter of the field, and you won't be there.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Maryland to take. The players looked really frustrated after that one. I mean, that is different to the losses that we saw before. That was just Maryland was not the best team in that matchup.
Absolutely, absolutely. Looked a little bit outclassed in all places. Their goal, I never like to say luck, but it was a little bit, they just found a stray opportunity, but Nebraska was able to keep the pressure on. They didn't really need the stray opportunity because they just kept creating more and more for themselves.
Yeah, certainly. Maryland's going to have to figure out how to break this flood of shots that's really just pouring all over them right now. Nebraska has had the lion's share of the opportunities in this one. Maryland is going to have to try to claw back here in Game 2.
As we get back into it, with Turtle winning the 50 on the kickoff, but another Nebraska player getting there. Cozy P looking for a little bit of mechanical play off of the ceiling with the flip reset. Doesn't get much out of it, though.
Yeah, Nebraska's really had the first bunch, but Creed has no boost. Turtle tries, but Promising's just able to wrap around and stop that one from going in. Meanwhile, Creed's going to pop it forward. Cozy sends it back. He tries to put it to Turtle, but Mincy is there, and as a result, Promising puts it back towards the Maryland net. Hexy with a big clear, and Turtle's going to try. That's not going in, but it's close. Close enough that Nebraska has to do something about it.
And that's what we like to see starting this game. We've already seen an opportunity or two coming out of the Terps. Opportunities that it didn't look like they even got close to last game.
Yes, for sure, but now Cozy trying to make a little bit more. Turtle tries, but it's just too close to the defender. Hexy with the double tap, though. That is exactly what you need.
Absolutely. He was looking a little bit dejected after that first goal, but no matter what, you know he's feeling good after that, putting that one in.
Yes, exactly. I mean, Maryland, they had more of an equal footing through that first minute of the game. They had to do something about it. They just about did there. Turtle gets enough of a delay on the ball that Hexy can have a chance now. He's trying, and he gets it. Perfect 50-50. Keeps control of the ball. Just muscled that one in.
Guys, the guys are rolling. You see them on the left side. They're looking great. They're feeling great right now. The momentum is definitely in their side with 2 goals in just over a minute.
Yeah, that is exactly what Maryland needed to see. A real response and fast. Now it's Nebraska's turn to try. That's 2 demos on Maryland players. It's just Hexy out right now, but he does a good job keeping the ball away. Taking it down the other end, he tries for a little bit of a touch, and Turtle tries to follow it up, but it's not in. Turtle, Cozy P saved. Wow, what a sequence. Nebraska's able to do it, and they turn it back the other way, but Hexy's there to make the save.
What a save it was. They are not done. They're trying to bring it up the field. Cozy P misses a little bit. That shot almost looked like it was going to go bar down, but it just gets saved.
Yeah, it was just sitting right on the edge, and Creed's there and able to make the clear. That is huge plays all around. And now Turtle's going down the other end. That's not in, but could this be? It's up, crossbar. Maryland is getting so close here. But at the same time, they're allowing chances the other end. This is an insane battle right now.
Both offenses are buzzing right now. You can feel it. You can feel the tension. You can feel the pressure on both sides. Both of these teams don't want to let off of the gas pedal.
Yeah, certainly. You got to think the next goal is going to really determine what happens in this one. Hexy's going to try and get it away, and he does. Cozy's looking for it, but Promising. Nebraska is fast to these free balls in the middle. That's where they're taking all of this control. Just like that, Creed pops it up. Cozy has to do something about it, and Hexy's just there to make the save. That's a tight one.
Looked like Promising went for the ball. It might have been a fake. It looked close, but again, close but no cigar. No goal.
Yeah, but Nebraska's had another chance here. Mincy with a tough shot, but Hexy's there with another great save with no boost. What an effort from him.
There have been some stellar saves. It, again, does not feel like 3 minutes have passed. It feels like 20 seconds with how fast these guys are playing.
Yep, and Cozy's there for another save. Hexy's there for another save. The Terps are on right now. There's nothing getting past them. Nebraska's trying everything they can. That's another huge hit to put it back towards the Maryland end. What's Hexy going to do with it? He tries to pop to the middle. Gets a flick up, but demoed.
Absolutely. Looking a little bit rough on that play there because Turtle was feeling uncomfortable. No boost on the back pads. He had to drive around the whole rink just to get some.
But Cozy got the demo in. Hexy tried to center it for Turtle, but just not able to do anything about it. Now Cozy's demoed. Hexy pops it down for him, and he puts it over for Turtle. I really couldn't tell you what they were thinking there. It's a tough situation, but Mincy's able to get it wide.
Dangerous, dangerous pass. I know these guys trust each other, but sometimes they got to trust themselves to make the right decision.
Yeah, that is exactly what it is, Nathan. But 1:09 left on the clock, and the Terps have a 2-goal lead. They're pressing for more. Cozy P tries, but that's a great save from Mincy, making his way back just before Cozy can get the flick off. And now Creed goes under Turtle. That's a new one, and Hexy's there now. He's going to try to do something, but Mincy makes the save.
Turtle just in an uncomfortable spot there under the ball. Not enough boost to reliably get up to the ball and be a force in that 50. So it's just tough luck.
Yep, a few seconds of rest there as the ball is bouncing through the middle of the field, and Creed's going to try and get it goal side, but Hexy's there to stop it. Turtle makes it a little uncomfortable, and Cozy misses the clear. Creed's going to have an opportunity now, but such little boost. What can he do? Not much. Hexy's there.
Great
keeps it out.
Patience from Hexy to just stay in the goal and be patient. Watch what was coming.
Yeah, that is what Maryland needed there. Is now 17 seconds left. This has been an incredible battle, but Maryland has the 2-goal advantage, and looks like that's going to be just about enough as we are under 10 seconds. Promising throws it forward, but that's a great clear from Turtle, and the Terps are going to win this game, evening the series at 1 apiece.
Absolutely. You could tell the Terps got really comfortable in the chaos in that game, right? It's like there's so much happening, but they have the goal lead, so they're excited. They're so satisfied with the chaos. No goals are being scored, so it's like, of course we'll take this.
But I don't know if you saw that. I want to point that out. Hexy, 2 goals, 7 saves. That is insane impact. I mean, that is 900 points in a game. This is ridiculous. I mean, that is what Maryland needed, and it's from somebody who has the ability to step up, and he certainly showed it there.
You talk about being everywhere that the team needs you. That's exactly what he was that game, everywhere that the team needed him.
Yeah, I mean, Hexy got that going, and he kept it going as long as he could. Because of that, Maryland's able to knot it 1-1. But Nebraska still, seriously, they're not going away anytime soon.
Absolutely. You know they won't go down without a fight, especially with how decisive Game 1 was. What does Game 3 have in store for us, do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that what we're going to need to see from Maryland is just maintaining that early pressure. I think that you're going to be more willing to go for something early because even if you drop one, you'll have the chance to go for it later. I think that the early lead is just that important for the Terps in this series.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, I don't know, I can't speak to if there was chaos when it's even, but they love that chaos when they're up. They were so comfortable that game, never taking their foot off the gas pedal. Nebraska never did either, but honestly, that's right where the Terps wanted them.
You know what that was? That was flow state for Maryland. There was everybody working together. They're going to have to keep it going here. This Hexy lets the ball back, and it's a little uncomfortable for Cozy, but he's just going to stall for time in the corner, and he pops it over one, but another there. Hexy's going to be the one to get it clear now, and he's trying, but Mincy's there. That's just a tough goal for the Terps to concede.
Great.
I mean,
yeah.
Hexy's doing what he can, but Mincy gets a perfect challenge, and Turtle's just too far away to get back. Cozy has no boost. It's a tough spot for Maryland to be in, but you look at them right now, that mentality was on their faces so much better than what we saw in the first game.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that there's a little bit of discomfort there, but sometimes there are just those unlucky goals in Rocket League where you kind of just can't do anything about it.
Yeah, and that was a chance for Maryland there, but Cozy was reading a touch. He was expecting a touch, but then no touch came. It's a tough spot for him to take. He's not able to get it in, and now it's going to be Nebraska's turn once again to go as Creed throws a fastball along the middle. Got a little bit of a pinch there, I think, and he's going to throw one centered again, but Hexy gets it right around Turtle. That was a bit of a close situation for Maryland. Could have been disastrous.
Absolutely. What you see a lot, I've seen Hexy do it a lot, he goes up, gets these flip resets. A lot of people glory hunt with the flip resets just for shots, but they've been definitely using them very well for defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Once Maryland's able to win that car positioning game, all of these opportunities up the field open up just like that. Hexy high off the glass, but Turtle doesn't have enough to get there. It's just going to sit here for a second. Maryland retreating to get some boost. Nebraska's going to try and work it out in a good way, but Turtle makes a nice challenge, and he gets over another, and that's a goal. That's that pressure.
That's what we like to see. He was in that awkward spot. It looked like he was anticipating a pass off the wall, just close but no cigar. But again, pressure does not let up. That is a goal. That is tied 1-1.
Yeah, that's exactly what Maryland needed, just that maintaining the high pressure. When one player is able to do all of that for you, I mean, that's perfect. That gives your other two men time to get back, time to feel comfortable on the ball. And that's a great shot from Cozy, who gets the demo. Hexy, Bardowski, and Maryland is up.
Yeah, they are piling it on right now. Not the goals, but the pressure. They're still scoring, but you can definitely feel Nebraska is on the back heel right now. All they're doing is defending.
Yeah, no, that was an excellent play from the Terps. Cozy P knowing exactly what he has to do there to set his teammate up. Knowing what he has to do here to keep the ball out of his net quick and early into this next set of play. Turtle gets hit as he's going for the bike, but Cozy getting pressure in the net again, and Maryland scores again.
The bump doesn't matter when nobody is there. It's a great bump. He's in a great spot for the bump. He gets there, but Creed from Nebraska is just a tick too late to stop Turtle from scoring that.
Yeah, I mean, it's excellent play from Cozy to know in that situation that he can just pressure the guy in the net, and all of a sudden, Maryland, they have freedom. There's daylight, and that's a double commit, which you don't see too often from the Terps. A little bit of lack in communication there.
Absolutely, absolutely. But you can definitely tell they're buzzing right now. They're feeling comfortable. There's some chaos happening here again, and you might see it again. Just like last game, they buzz off of the chaos. They live off of it.
Yeah, certainly. They are getting a little bit of pressure on here. Turtle doesn't have much boost, but he's able to make it a little bit difficult for him. Now Mincy's going to have the ball on the side to see what he can do. He pops it down, tries to go up, but Hexy's there to match it. Cozy's there to keep it steady. Throws it just out of the way for Promising to put it forward, but a side pass off the wall. And all of a sudden, Creed's down trying to make something happen, but Hexy's there. Bits the save, the touch just in time.
Great clearance. Needed him right there. Absolutely. As we see, the ball is still in play in Maryland's half. They're not completely out of the water yet. As
No.
Turtle gets this settled, though, trying to take it to the corner, do his thing with it. But that is a lucky break, lucky pinch for the Terps as it gets cleared.
Yeah, that's an excellent 50-50 from Turtle. I don't know how much he meant it, but that was imperative. Maryland needed to alleviate the pressure somehow, especially Turtle takes a big risk in going back to his corner there instead of just turning up field with it. Because if that goes wrong, Nebraska has more of an opportunity. But now Maryland has a little bit more boost. They're going to be more able to deal with this situation. As you see, Hexy makes a save right there.
Absolutely. Great save. But they do want to get the ball out of their half right now, and that's exactly what they're doing. Hexy getting it up the field a little bit, but just no one is able to be there for him.
Yeah, Cozy's the last one back. Last one with boost. Avoids the bump, and so Maryland's going to be able to take it the other way. Mincy tries to challenge for Turtle, and he just about gets it with the help from his friends. Pops it over and up. He gets the ball around Cozy P, but Cozy gets the demo on Creed, and that's going to buy Maryland some time to reset their structure.
Absolutely. In these higher levels of Rocket League, in the lower levels, demos happen, and they're a little bit lucky. They're a little bit random. But in these higher levels, demos are always purposeful. They always know when they're doing it. As we see Hexy with a great clearance off of the backboard and a second touch to get it up the field.
Yeah, it was a great touch from Hexy, and that's going to give Maryland a little bit of a chance. Now we'll see what Cozy does. Just playing it cautious, and he gets a nice little tap around that Turtle can then take off the ceiling. But a great save from Mincy. Pops it off his own crossbar and away.
Absolutely. But I like that pressure, and they're going to be looking to keep up this pressure in the Nebraska half. Cozy P, ball hunting a little bit, but he knows his guys are back for defense if things go awry.
Yeah, no, that's those places where you want to try and go for the ball. Just keep being a bit of a pest. Don't let them settle. That's not what Cozy wanted to do, though. It's going off the backboard. Creed gets a goal. Now the Terps lead is cut to 1.
Feeling a little bit uncomfortable there. Hexy just in the goal. That's almost one of the most awkward spots to be in. Everybody's above you, and you're just kind of watching it happen, hoping you can get to it.
Yeah, it's a tough situation for Maryland to be in, but now 33 seconds left. There's a goal up. Just got to keep the ball away from your own net. But Mincy gets a nice one on, but hits crossbar. That's close for the Terps, but they're going to be able to get away through Cozy there, who gets another nice touch to send the ball farther into the Nebraska zone.
Great clearance from Cozy, but that touch from Nebraska hit it back to Cozy. Didn't get any type of productive touch off of it, but not what you want to be doing if you're Nebraska and you're down.
Yeah, no, Terps can just stall for time there. So Hexy go out for a little bit of a slow roller of an aerial there. Now the ball's just bouncing around. As long as you keep it away from them, the Terps will be in a better spot. They're up a goal. They need this to bounce, and it drops.
Great bump. Great attempted bump. He hit the bump. Turtle did. It wasn't enough, but it did get, I think it was Hexy, the position to just spike it down into the ground.
Yeah,
in the
no,
game.
that's what they needed. That was big because if that ball stays up, the longer it stays up, the more the doubt crawls into your head. But now the Terps are able to do a little bit more with this. They are now in the lead, 2-1. This is big for Maryland, that game.
Honestly, for me, I've just been liking their tempo. They've just been all over Nebraska. Game 1 was a little bit dictated by Nebraska. They were kind of just having their way, doing what they wanted. But in this game 2 and 3, it's been all Maryland.
Yeah, no, the Terps have been able to impose their will much better. But at the same time, what you're able to see from Nebraska there is that once Maryland makes a mistake, once there is some slight mistouch or a poor rotation, Nebraska's going to be there. They are very aggressive on this, similar to what we saw with Ferris State, but in a way, Nebraska's feels cleaner. They feel like they're doing it much more organically. There's a bit of a plan to the pressure, and it's gotten towards the Terps, but at the same time, they've been able to break free and get those goals.
Absolutely. I think the adjustments they made after Game 1 were important. They're probably feeling pretty good after going 2-0 in the last two. Obviously, series is still 2-1. But I can't imagine that they're too down about themselves right now.
Yeah, certainly one game to rule them all right now for Maryland. They just need to win this one, clinch the series, head out of this night with a perfect 3-0. But we've seen that Nebraska can hurt them.
Absolutely, absolutely scary stuff. But that's the thing. Maryland know all they got to do is just keep it tight, play the Rocket League, play the game they know how to play.
Yep, and they certainly know how to play it. I mean, this is a group of supersonic legends. These are some of the best players that are all gathered here at the University of Maryland. They're able to band together and try and take the Terps to glory. Right now, they don't need glory, though. They just need one win against this Nebraska team. We'll see if they're able to get it here in Game 4 as we kick off. Turtle goes for a little bit of a delay on the kickoff. As a result, Nebraska's going to try, but that is a break for Maryland. Daylight looked like it, but Nebraska's able to rotate back just in time.
Absolutely. You said the delay on the kickoff. Oftentimes at these levels of Rocket League, kickoff can become mind games. Seriously, it's so much thought that goes into it. A little bit of rock, paper, scissors, too. Maybe a little bit more complicated than rock, paper, scissors, but same premise.
Oh, it certainly is. I mean, that is a tough spot for Maryland to be in. They've gone for some fakes over the course of this early season. They've gone for some straight-up kicks, some delays. They've really tried to keep a very mixed tape going, but that's a great clear. It gets past 2. Creed's going to be able to pop that one off his own backboard. A little bit of a psycho to clear. That's going to give Nebraska now the opportunity to go. Mincy steals the boost off Turtle. Turtle gets the demo, but at the same time, Mincy has put Maryland in a bad spot. We'll see what they're able to do with it. It's a good clear out to Turtle, though.
Absolutely, absolutely. And right now, that's a great shot attempt. Good save. Just gets a touch on it. And the ball is still in Nebraska's half. They're getting it out now, though.
Yeah, no, Maryland is doing what it can with what it can. But right now, Nebraska's feeling like they have a little bit of an edge. I think they're just ahead on the boost, on the rotations. They're forcing Maryland to little saves like that where Turtle is not comfortable. Now all of a sudden, you're scrambling a little bit.
You can bet that these players feel the shifts in momentum like we do when we're watching. They feel it tenfold, for sure.
Absolutely. And, 2 hours more than at this point sitting down here to play. It's a lot of Rocket League. Sometimes you can get a little bit fatigued. I don't know. We'll see what they're able to do as Mincy puts one on net, but that is a great save. Who else? Hexy there to clear it.
Like I like to say, great shot, better save coming out from the Terps Esports. And they're looking to apply the pressure here a little bit. Cozy P, not enough boost to be able to be a factor there, but they're kind of liking that opportunity they got.
Yeah, they are. Creed went for a little bit of a chase that ended up making it a little weird for Maryland, but Cozy P is going to be there. Turtle as well. Terps are in an all right spot right now. but that's a mishit from Turtle there. He tried for a little bit of a pinch, but just didn't get it. As a result, here comes a chance, but instead it's Maryland taking it the other way. It's not going to be promising, but at very least gets cozy boost, gets Maryland feeling a little bit better.
Great save, though, right there. That one's a little bit scary when you're on the back burner already. Great shot attempt from Turtle with the double tap. Going to be putting that one away.
I mean, that's gorgeous right there for Maryland. That's exactly what you need. Hexy goes down. Turtle's up already in the air. He knows it's coming to him from Hexy. And he's able to just get the double tap around Creed. Perfectly done. Well executed.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as we see this kickoff coming, Terps are feeling good with the lead, but feeling good does not mean they win the game. They still got to play another half game of Rocket League.
Yeah, certainly Nebraska is going to do what it can. Turtle is there for the save, but Creed's going to try and pop it back in. He's going to get to the ball, pop it just for an opportunity, but Cozy's there to make the save on promising. Creed gets the boost, though, which is going to give Nebraska a little bit of something to work with here, as he's there for the redirect. And that is an incredible save by Cozy. Actually got a touch on it, popped it up for Cozy, but Mincy's there. All for nothing in the end, but you got to say the Terps are doing everything they can. That's an excellent save. Creed just pops it up. I mean, that's tough. There's nothing you can do at that point.
It's good teamwork. It's good teamwork. We've been seeing good teamwork out of the Terps all night, but that's some good teamwork out of Nebraska, keeping the pressure on. That's the problem when the ball is so close to the net like that. Any little touch can just end up in a goal, just like that off of the kickoff from Mincy. The Terps are now down 2-1.
Oh man, that is difficult for Maryland. I couldn't even tell you what had happened there. I mean, it looked like Maryland got to the kickoff faster. It didn't seem like a delay though. It must have been clearly because the ball did not hit evenly, and that's just enough. And I mean, when you got your back man out getting boost, you're going to be a little bit vulnerable. But certainly the Terps wouldn't have expected that to happen. And all of a sudden, you go from ahead to behind.
Absolutely, absolutely. Good save there from Hexy as well, as they try and get the ball up and just apply some pressure, but they might be feeling a little bit of pressure themselves. Still up in the series, but you never want to be down in the game.
No, certainly not. Hexy's able to get that one away nice and smooth. And that's a great demo from Turtle on Creed. Now what can Hexy do with it? He's got to pop it over Mincy, and he does, and he gets it past Creed. What a goal from Hexy to level it back up.
What a shot. We see the air dribbles, the flip reset. He gets it past one. He gets it past two. That is a stellar goal we just saw from Hexy.
Yeah, no, that bump at the end was incredible. I mean, he didn't know where the guy was. That's just that game knowledge, those hours, that repetition where he can predict and he can be there. And just like that, Maryland's back.
What a stellar goal indeed. I know the guys were buzzing after that one. We love to see the wins, but we like to see the highlights too where we can get them. And Mincy got one there for himself from the pass.
That's a highlight for Nebraska. That's an excellently worked goal for them, promising with a beautiful half flick up, and then he just gets it right on a platter for Mincy to take. That's tough for Maryland. 1:06 left. Now they need to score again.
Absolutely, absolutely. The Maryland guys don't look too flustered, though. Still looking like they're locked in. They're willing to go to battle with Nebraska in this last minute.
Cozy pops it over one, but Mincy's there on the backboard to take it down. Hexy's going to try and see what he can do, and he's trying to cause chaos, but Creed's able to dodge him and get that one all the way out. Now, Cozy with a great touch to make sure that Creed can't get a little bit of a flick towards the net. And now Turtle's able to get it away, but Creed has full boost. He's going to be able to pop that one back center. Cozy's up, but so are two Nebraskas. Cozy wins, though. That's a great 50 by Creed to keep that one out of the net as Hexy was close.
Wow. Yeah, we're seeing a lot happen in this in the last 30 seconds as we are in the last 30 seconds of this Rocket League match. Nebraska still with the lead. Maryland are going to have to look to get desperate in these last 15 seconds.
Yeah, no, they've got to get the ball up the pitch, but it's not happening yet. You got to keep it up. 10 seconds now. What's Maryland going to do? Hexy clears it a little bit. Cozy no boost, but he just pops it in the right direction. It's a great touch from Creed to put the ball in the air. Now Turtle's got to keep it up. Maryland cannot let this ball hit the ground, but that is an excellent hit down from Nebraska, and just like that, headed to a Game 5.
Tough one, tough one. That's what we were saying, man. Rocket League changes on a whim, on a dime like that, and that's what we saw in that game. Maryland looked great for these last two. Before that one, this one, not so much.
Yeah, no, Nebraska was able to find something a little bit extra in the way that they attacked the Terps, and then that deciding goal, that's nothing extra. That's just a really tough spot for Maryland to find itself in. I mean, they have the strategy. They know what they're trying to do going for those kickoff. You want the one. You want the secondary by it. And, of course, you want someone in the back to have boost in case the ball hits the air. But that's the exact situation that leaves you vulnerable for.
As is life sometimes in Rocket League, though. Sometimes you just got to take that. It just happens. Unlucky. Every now and again. As we see the next game starting, another kickoff goal. Like we were just saying, that is a 2-second goal for Nebraska. Maryland already on the back heels.
Yep, Creed gets an excellent little stuff at the center, and Mincy's first to it. Not what Maryland wants to see. I mean, this game hasn't even started yet, and they're already down a goal.
I will say, if you're going to give up a goal, you want to do it that early so you have as much time as you can. Obviously, optimal not to give up the goal, but if you do give one up, I think that would be the time to do it.
Oh, yes. And now Hexy's going to try and work it out, but Turtle's taking it over because he has the boost. Cozy's going to pop it up, and he's not going to be able to get it past Mincy. It's a 50 in the middle, but Hexy with an important touch to make sure Creed doesn't score right away. He's there on the rebound, though, and it is 2-0 Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska are looking pretty locked in to start this Game 5, biggest game of the series. They're looking a little bit like Maryland has looked throughout tonight.
Yeah, no, they've got that aggression. They're always a second one behind the ball, ready for the second ball to come back to them. And that's really gotten the Terps in a tough spot. They need two. Where are they going to get it from? Hexy tries to put it in the middle, but nothing doing there. Turtle up to Hexy. He gets the redirect towards the net, and that is Cozy to put it in. That is exactly how you get it back going.
I mean, that's, again, another team play. Honestly, a great touch from Hexy. It looked like a shot, but in all honesty, it might have been a pass to Cozy P. That is stellar teamwork.
Yeah, it is. Those team goals, they've been missing a little bit from this series, but that's how Maryland made its bread and butter in the first two. And that's a great demo from Hexy on Creed. What's Maryland going to do with it? Cozy throws it forward. We get another touch off the crossbar. Turtle in, and it's tied.
Absolutely. We're seeing great mechanics come out. The boys are buzzing. The boys are locked. That's some great air dribbling, great ceiling control, right to Turtle for the equalizer.
Yeah, Creed close, but just didn't have the boost to get there. All smiles again for Maryland. They know they're right back in this one, and now they have the momentum.
Exactly what I said. If you're going to give up a goal, give it up quick, because we're not even a minute in, and we're already tied back up.
Yes, sir. That is exactly how it goes sometimes, but Creed's there. It's a good demo from Promising on. Turtle will now be back, which gives Cozy the chance to try and do something with this. He puts it towards the frame. Hexy's trying just too far on that far side for Hexy to try and wrap it around.
Absolutely, but we're seeing a lot of speed coming out of the Terps here to start right now. I think they're, again, as I said, they're feeling the momentum. Great shot on goal from Turtle, but a great save from Creed.
Yeah, no, the Terps are feeling much better about this one, or they should at the very least, because they have put a lot of things together. They're starting to connect really as a team. They started out looking more like an individual, but this is a collective right now that is bearing down on the net. But that's a great save from Creed. Hexy cannot believe it, and I can't blame him. That was really impressive from the Nebraska player.
Fair enough, and I think you might have been right. Having that long of a break might have, like I said, gotten them locked out a little bit, and that long of a break is enough to maybe shift a series. But as we see, Terps are getting locked right back in.
Yeah, no, they're getting things that they need. A little bit of a demo on Creed is good. He's been seemingly Nebraska's most consistent performer so far here, but that's down from Cozy to Hexy to put it forward. Promising's there to make the challenge, though, and he clears it towards the Maryland net. Turtle shoves it back into midfield, but Mincy's there to apply pressure. It's going to take a little bit more for Maryland to get itself into the Nebraska zone.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we're seeing a little bit, the game is looking a little bit slower right now as we see a nice attempt on goal from Mincy, but game is looking a little bit slower, more composed from each of the teams.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, neither of these teams is going to be wanting to concede the next goal. I think you're more worried about giving it up than you are about scoring it at this point in the game.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because, you just feel it every single time there's a goal scored on either side. It's just, it's always on the mental.
Oh, absolutely. But now here's Promising with a promising opportunity. Passes it back, but Hexy's there. Gets a demo and the block in. But Turtle gets a bump in. That's not great. Cozy's able to recover, though. Maryland just able to get out of that sticky situation. And now we'll see what they can do with this as Mincy pops it back towards the net. Hexy's there.
We're seeing some great defensive technique coming out as honestly it looks like Nebraska are on the front foot right now. We're seeing great defensive technique come out as they get up the field, though. Turtle with a shot on goal just gets redirected by the defender, though.
Yeah, no, coming from the back like that, it's really important that you hit it right. Now,
so here we go. Nebraska is still applying the pressure. Great save from Turtle, sitting in the goal, and he's just always there for it.
Yeah, no, Turtle is ready for that one. Kexi tried to do a little something with shoving Cozy P into the ball. It doesn't quite work, though. Maryland's trying to get themselves back into the game, keep the ball in that blue side for just long enough. Kexi tries, but Turtle's gone too far back for boost. No, the Nebraska defender leaves it. He'll have a chance. Cozy with a redirect, but a great block from Nebraska.
And just like that, there's only a minute left. It's been a bit of a dry spell throughout the game. Hexie had a little bit of an opportunity there, but too many defenders in the area. We're only seeing 50 seconds left. There's going to be a decider most likely very soon with the way these guys are playing.
Yeah, no, Hexie's going to be doing everything he can to push his team forward like he did earlier. It's a great bump from Creed, though, to get in Turtle's way. Now it's tricky for Maryland, but promising there. Felt a little scarier than it ended up being in the end.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm liking the way Maryland are keeping it clean. Like you said, I think both teams are just scared of the concession, so Maryland are keeping it as clean as they can as Turtle gets up for this ball. Maybe tries to make something out of it. Promising misses it, but it looks like there's going to be no opportunity there.
Yeah, no, 10 seconds left. There's not much time for either team at this point. Whatever happens, happens. As this ball goes into the middle, Promising can't get there, though. Cozy tried, but he just could not get that ball away. Turtle's turn, though. Now it's cleared. Back in the midfield. What happens here? Nebraska settles it for overtime. Oh, boy, it all comes down to this.
They're very satisfied to settle for the overtime as the ball was in their half to end that one.
Yeah.
Just get to the overtime, get to safety.
And knowing you could get the kickoffs against the Terps, too, you know, that had to be a little bit of a consideration, but Maryland able to defend that kickoff well. Now, there are no kickoffs left in this one. Next goal wins. We don't stop until we get the next goal.
Absolutely. Golden goal to win
and
the
that's
series.
Hexie up, but
what
Creed there to make a save.
What a stellar save in this golden goal. That's just exactly what you need on either team are saves like that. Clutch plays in those moments.
Yep, and now Creed's up, but that ball takes a nice little 50. Turtle jumping, tries to get it blocked, but Mincy's able to push through. That ball gets back. Hexie off the crossbar, but Promising there to collect. Nebraska has some time to try and keep it calm, take a breath before going again, but just like that, Turtle's back up with it. Hexie misses it, and Promising puts it in his own net, and just like that, the Terps win the series in overtime.
You know, even if it was his fault or not, you know he's going to be feeling some type of way about himself. That's just rough. That's just what happens, though, in Rocket League. Yeah?
No, that comes off of 2 Nebraska players. That's crazy. Maryland got the help that it needed right when it needed it, and as a result, the Terps come out of this with a 3-2 series win. That was a heck of a series, though.
Hard fought, just like the first series, hard fought, some trouble, some triumph, but ultimately more triumph than anything.
Yeah, no, certainly something that Maryland can take a lot away from. What we saw from the Terps there was that really the fight to stay fast, the fight to keep your momentum, keep your pressure up, that's where Maryland needed it. That's what they lost early. Like you said, they found it. They locked a little bit back in. That was a tough fourth game, but they're able to do something a little bit better with it there.
Absolutely, absolutely. And honestly, no matter how they get the win, you know the guys will take a win. That's just how competition goes, no matter what.
Yeah, no, that is a big result for Maryland, which remains undefeated in the league, 3-0 on the day. It's a great way to wrap up our triple header. But before we do, we have a few sponsors to thank. Firstly, the Philip Merrill College of Journalism for housing us. We are infinitely grateful for them and their spaces, as well as RecWell, the Recreation and Wellness Center at the University of Maryland. They are the ones who have organized this esports program and made it possible. And last but certainly not least, a huge thank you to PlayWire. What a game. What games. I mean,
any closing thoughts you got?
This was a big series for Maryland. This is something that you're going to look back. They got a lot of time to take film. It's going to be a big help going forward, I think.
Absolutely. You like these series where it gets down to Game 5 because you get experience in the Game 5. Whenever you haven't played one before, you might get a little shaky, but more experience equals less shaky, honestly, in my experience at least.
Yeah, no, certainly is. But just like that, the Terps are up, and so are we. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll We'll see you next week. But for now, have a great night.
Have a good one.